knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
Yes, indeed, y'all. What it is, what it do. Black Alpha Network in the building, y'all. We got us a special episode today. We're going to break down every organization that's ever tried to come at us sideways. We're going to break down every fake civil rights leader. We're going to get them out the paint. This is going to be explosive. Let's talk about it, family. Let's talk about it. It feels so good to be back where I belong, and where I belong is right here with my foundational Black American Certified Black Society family tree. We in the building. This is our generation, and anybody who has ever played our generation came at us sideways. We've been making that G-check list, and we've been going down that list one by one by one. And family, we done ran the NAACP, got smoke for them. NARC and Cobra, got smoke for them. And now we're going to get into Benjamin Chump and Al Sharpton and all these other people who've been running around here, feeding off of the oppression that we have dealt with, trying to make money off of what we've went through, and just trying to play us. One thing about foundationals, y'all, you're not going to play us. That's just something that ain't going to happen. We're not the people to be played, okay? So we got a jam-packed episode, broadcast, right here live. Got the family. We breaking down the frauds. We breaking down the fakes. We breaking down all the charlatans, and anybody who else wants some, pull up a chair, but it's going to be a long night. Foundational Black Americans Certified salute. But before we move any further, I need the family to let me know right now. Where you at? FBA roll call. Let me know what building, what town, what city. Let me know your street if you need be. It don't matter, y'all, because we a family, all 50 states in the building, certified foundational Black American Freedmen. Yes, indeed. Don't nobody do it like us, family. Don't nobody do it like us. Certified Black Society versus everybody. And we win by a knockout. Trust me when I tell you that. Let's go to work, y'all. So let's see who we got in the building, y'all, because you know it ain't a Black Alpha Network exclusive unless we got them. I already see Albuquerque, New Mexico, certified salute. Y'all know Virginia. What up, Iron Will? I see you. Yes, indeed. Denver, Colorado in the building. I see you. Yes, indeed. I see Charleston. Yes, indeed. West Virginia, what it is. Maryland, what it is. California, Jacksonville, Wisconsin in the building. Man, I thought they said that we didn't get along. I thought they said foundational Black Americans, we needs to do better. I thought they said that we weren't a family tree. I thought they said we was all blacks, brother. It looked like we all foundational Black Americans and everybody else is whatever the hell they want to be this week. But we've been this way since day one. So I see everybody in the building, man. Florida, New Orleans, what's going on? Shout out to 504. Certified salute to all my people in the 9th Ward. Yes, indeed. All the wards, man. We in here deep. Florida again. Yes, indeed. Atlanta, Georgia. A-Town in the building. Yes, indeed. I see Harrisburg. Yes, indeed. I see you. Arkansas. Let's go. Sacramento. Let's go. St. Louis in the building. Shout out to the whole St. Louis, the Midwest, everybody involved. Detroit. I see you, Detroit. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Certified salute to all my people right outside of Detroit in a place called Toledo, Ohio. Okay. Certified salute to the whole fam. DC in the building. I will see DC at the reparations rally. I will see you. Once again, another California. Man, we in here deep. It's the whole family, y'all. It's the whole family tree, and we in here uncorrupted. We in here certified. We in here thorough. And anybody who's got a problem with that is just going to have to deal with that because we ain't changing. Certified salute to Philly. Las Vegas, I see you. I see another Georgia. You know Georgia in the building, the great state. My home, GA. all day. No more playing GA and no more play with FBA. So it all goes in, family, it all goes in. So yes, we're going to talk about fake organizations. We're going to talk about fake civil rights leaders. We're going to talk about all the charlatans. We're going to talk about all these people who use our pain and our suffering to get money. And I got some receipts, and the receipts are going to come in because I've been in contact and I've been dealing with some people and I've been making some, deals, and I've been finding out what's really been going on and how people are going to assist us. Everybody knows what went down in Columbia, South Carolina, January 15th on King Day. That is not going away. All right. We are not going to allow that to go, but we're going to take it to another level. I always say we're going to go platinum. We're going to go platinum in this movement, y'all. And when I say we're going to go platinum, we're going to start doing some things that people didn't do before in the past. What we're going to start doing is we're going to highlight, we're going to frame, and we're going to expose. That's what we're going to do. We're going to frame some people. We're going to highlight them. We're going to expose them to the world. See, the problem before in the past, people used to come around our community and completely. Yes, you're right, Adams. Yes, indeed. We are the culture. We are the culture. The erasure don't exist. Oh, we're going to break down some people out here who trying to hit us with the erasure. That ain't going on either. It doesn't stop. Every single week, we're going to meet up, we're going to rally up, we're going to regulate, and we're going to break it down step for step. We got a lot of work in front of us, but guess what? We got a lot of soldiers, all right? We have all the intelligence, we got all the power, and we got all the talent. And when you got all the talent, you got all the soldiers, all the minds, my sisters certified, my brothers certified, our FBA family tree certified, anything can get done. It doesn't stop. One thing about the Black Alpha Network, we're going to have 100 miles an hour energy every week. Because the dominant society, all their little minions, all their little puppets, all the tethers who come around, they don't ever stop hating, right? So we ain't going to stop regulating. As long as they hate, we going to regulate. And we going to always have energy. That's one thing. When you tap into the Black Alpha Network every Tuesday, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we know that we going to ride full speed and we're going to give the community exactly what the community needs. And that's some adrenaline. And that's going to let everybody know the days of folks getting tired and laying down and taking a nap and saying, well, we just wait till the next generation, y'all. We's a praise one day it'll get better. My kids will take this fight. Our kids ain't going to take this fight. Let me tell you something. The difference between this generation, the reparations generation, the difference between us and all the other generations, they wanted to pass down the struggle, all right? They wanted us to inherit a struggle. We're not inheriting no struggle, family. Only thing our kids are going to do is they're going to spend some of this reparations money because it belongs to us anyway. And we're going to be the generation to get it. And the best thing you got to do is when you're trying to get reparations, you got to frame everybody who's going to be in your way. Dr. Claude Anderson, he laid it out. He said, you're going to have to deal with these fake civil rights leaders, these fake pastors, everybody from the church. He told us who we needed to look for, what they were going to try to do, and now it's on us to get them out the paint. So we ain't passing down the struggle, we passing down the money, and we're going to go step for step, person to person, and we are going to frame them, we're going to highlight them, and we are going to expose them. And on today's episode, I got two people right here that we're definitely going to expose because they've been running around here all day. Benjamin Chump, yep, you're going to get exposed, homie, and we're going to talk about Al Sharpton because when we're out here being discriminated upon, when the Black grassroots on Dr. King's Day are being told we're not good enough to attend, but the Democratic shields can come and the Palestinians can come and everybody can have a great grandiose time on our ancestors' day. Oh, we got a problem with that. We're not the generation to just let that slide. What happened that day ain't going to go away. We're going to make that the watershed moment. And if people want to brush it down, we're going to bring it back up, family. So we in the building, in the place. Ballers going to ball. Haters going to hate. And y'all know whenever I'm turned all the way up, I have to put this on the screen because this is just an indication of what is to come on this episode. Fair use disclaimer. Fair use. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, let's go to work, family. Let's go to work. Everything that we've been dealing with, everything that we've been seeing, it's time for us to expose people. See, it's not good enough just to know who the people who are off code is. That's not good anymore. See, it used to be back in the day, folks used to just be like, man, you know Al Sharpton, he ain't real. But they wouldn't expose him. So he'll come around here and he'll start telling us lies. He'll start trying to mooch off the community and he'll walk right into place. What we've been doing, we've been slamming that door in people's face. We've been exposing everybody. Nobody can come around our community. You're not welcome in our house if you on that bull. So what we're going to do today, we're going to expose all that BS, and we're going to put them on the corner like it's trash day, the way it should have been. Go back in time, family, when you start talking about the dominant society. See, the dominant society always moves with playing both sides of the argument, controlling images. They'll take one thing and then they'll broadcast it to 300 million homes so they can try to fool us and they can try to trick us. One thing about our community and this generation is, family, what we're doing the exposing. We're doing the framing. We're the ones highlighting people who are off code. I want you to think about when Camala Harris said she ain't going to do nothing for black people. Remember that, y'all. When she said that, that has literally reflected in the Democratic poll numbers 4 years later. That one interview. Why? Is because the sister in that interview pressed Camala. Remember, Camala was trying to get away from that question. The sister said, what are you going to do for black people? Well, you know, all people in the world now. She said, no. What are you going to do for black people? And then Camala said, well, you know, all lives matter and we need to focus on everybody who's a human being. And the sister said, no. Are you going to do something specifically for black Americans? And then Camala hit the no. And what happened, family? That literally has millions of views. It has literally been reshared millions of times. And anytime Camala comes around, people expose her. That interview, that question, and exposing her, setting that trap for her is the number one reason why she is not allowed in certified black circles. That is the reason why. You can all go back and trace it to that interview. She was running around with the Converse. She was running around with the Timberlands. And all it took was one question. Because the great Neely Fuller always teaches us, ask questions. And guess what? We got the power to ask questions, pull out our phones up, and do some recording. And then that's all it takes. You ask a question, they give you a BS answer, you record it, you upload it, full court press, and it's seen by millions of people. Next thing you know, the Democrats can't come around no more. Next thing you know, the Democrats can't get no votes no more. That one time where that sister framed it, highlighted, and exposed the anti-black policies of Camala Harris completely crippled their Democratic administration that has been known to try to steal from black Americans. And that's what we're doing for everybody else. And this is exactly where we're doing it. So what we're doing right now, as we put together this petition, as we put together several other things that we got going on, we have taken what these people did to us. And I'm going to say this, certified salute to the family. Because like I said before, I'm hearing brothers and sisters on the West Coast who are saying that they know people who heard about what happened to us in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm hearing people way up in New York. I'm hearing people all up way in Chicago. Everybody knows how we were treated on King Day. And they have been trying to bury that story. It's been a blackout. Nobody wants to address it. Problem for them is that we had the cameras rolling. We got footage on footage on footage from every single angle of how they treated us. And if you look, the NAACP's name was dirt, right? We can all agree, right? The NAACP, they've been trash for years. Everybody knows they've been dirt, but not like now. Now the NAACP is trash. They just had a space last night where some NAACP dude from Georgia, he came out and he was trying to talk about reparations and he was trying to throw little shots. Why? The NAACP is in damage control, but it's damage that they can't control. It's a mess they can't clean up. The only people who are doing the cleaning is us because we clean in house. The NAACP's name is in the trash. And if you look, you've been seeing the NAACP pop up everywhere. Have y'all been seeing this thing called Black Joy? We're going to break that down today. Black Joy is literally a term that they're basically trying to say, just be a happy Negro. And that's reparations. And the NAACP's legal fund, which is another corrupt organization, and we done did some research and some study, and I'm telling y'all, I got so many receipts on the NAACP, they will never be the same. They done effed up. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, y'all. They done fucked up. They done fucked up, and now Black Alpha Network and the Certified Foundational Black American Society is on them. Trust me, we got some receipts, and the NAACP will never be the same. The petition is coming, and we're going to get 50,000, all of y'all, all 330 plus people in the room, and another few thousand that's all going to sign up. The NAACP is trash. So let's say this. We knew they were dirt, but after getting framed and highlighted, it's a wrap. The NAACP is trash. I'm meeting people who are just old people who ain't really involved, not really grassroots, and they saying, baby, I heard what happened to y'all down there in Columbia. The NAACP ain't been nothing. And they've been thanking us, saying, I'm glad that this generation, the reparations generation, I'm glad that this generation is stepping to the plate and bringing to light the NAACP. Not just saying it, not just speaking it, not we all have a conversation amongst ourselves and we talk about how bad the NAACP is. No. We've been taking it a step further, and we've been putting it up on that Summer Jam screen. Now, everybody knows, trust me, no matter how much the mainstream media, the Democratic Party wants to keep hush-hush about how the NAACP not only violated us and discriminated on us in King Day in Columbia, South Carolina on January 15th, also every single thing that they've done to foundational Black Americans is being highlighted, and we come in to collect it all. We're going to expose them to the full. Let me tell you this, family, all the way live. Everybody has to understand, when you start talking about what's going on with us, I've been getting calls, I've been getting people DM me about horror stories when it comes to the NAACP. I'm talking about absolute horror stories from all across the country, because people now feel they got the opportunity to speak. People now say, well, I can say what I've been wanting to say. I just ain't had the opportunity to say it. You do now. That's the beauty of it. So when you talk about this, it's about setting traps. Everybody knows. Go back, okay? Go all the way back to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What Dr. Martin Luther King used to do. He didn't just sit there and talk about the dominant society. He would travel this whole country. He would catch people from the dominant society participating in W supremacy, terrorism. He would watch all them. He would highlight it and frame it. It ain't nothing if you ain't got receipts, okay? So what we're doing now is that we're bringing all the receipts to the table, and we're letting everybody see exactly what it is. You're exactly right. Exposing the sellouts. We're exposing the sellouts. See, we have this thing in our society where we know who sellouts are, but ain't nobody exposing them, all right? If everybody exposed the sellouts, we wouldn't have to deal with the sellouts. There'd be no NAACP. There'd be no NCOBRA. There'd be no NARC. All of them would be gone, y'all, if we exposed them in the past. The past had this thing about, let's just say it, let's not do nothing about it. We got technology and everything to do whatever the hell we want to do. And that's why they're getting exposed to the fullest now. So what we're doing, we setting traps. That's why you walk up to somebody. We know Stacey Abrams don't support reparations, but we got a good brother. His name is Autodidactic. Salute to you if you're watching, brother. He walked up to Stacey Abrams. He said, hey, how you feel about reparations? She gave a bad answer. Doop, he uploaded it. That sister checked Camala Harris. What you going to do for Black people? Nothing. Doop, uploaded it. The NAACP came at us sideways. Doop, uploaded it. That's all it takes. Okay. In this generation, one press of the button can change a whole political party's future. It can literally take any administration from high all the way down to the ground. That's the power we got. It's one thing to be a winner. It's another thing to act like it. So as you see, we're calling out the fake civil rights leaders in this episode. Oh, no. Let's make this clear. We never thought that Crump, we never thought that he was going to support or advocate for what happened to us in Columbia, South Carolina. Al Sharpton, hell to the no. But guess what? We set some damn traps that are going to expose them. So anytime they come around and you ask them something, ain't no more word salad. Ain't no more fork tongue. Ain't no more tap dancing. You can only tap dance when there ain't no receipt. You can only word salad when there ain't no receipt. So what we do, we find out who the sellout is. We ask them some good questions like Neely Fuller tells us to do. They give us the bull answer and then upload it. And consider today's episode the upload. And the upload comes the breakdown, and the breakdown comes with certified foundational Black Americans putting everybody out of business. Let's go to work, family, one more time. So here we go. What we're going to break down today, y'all, is I'm going to show everybody that I have actually been contacted. I'm going to say this, okay? I've been contacted by Benjamin Crump, and he straight up told us basically no. Okay, he's going to go advocate for Master P's cereal. All right, that's what he's going to do. All right, you only got so much time. There's only 24 hours in a day. So he said that basically he's going to go advocate for cereal. All right, and all lives matter. And we're going to break down how he's always been somebody who would say black, 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 black over there, black over there, black over there. And then when you look at all the fine print, it's people of color, it's minorities, it's the same Democrats. We're going to talk about Al Sharpton, how basically they said, well, yeah, we'll get back to you and we'll see something. They said, we'll talk to you in 3 to 5 days. The shit damn near been 3 weeks. You feel me? So guess what? Nobody can ever go around in this election season anymore and tell us we didn't like what happened to y'all. I'm so sorry. See, that's what they want to give us. They want to give us these IOUs. They want to give us, yes, upload. We uploading on them. Yes, that's what we're doing. This generation is uploading on everybody. Yes, indeed. You better be running from the upload, because 9 times out of 10, when we do some uploads, your career is going downhill. Upload, they go downhill. Upload, downfall. That's just what it is, man. We got it like that. We too talented, man. We number one across the board. I told you we going platinum. We're not going to sit here and talk to the city councilman. We're going to talk to the president. Same thing we did. This ain't nothing. When I say we setting traps, when I say that we're framing, highlighting, exposing, it's the same exact thing I did with Cornel West. All right? It's not here to tell Cornel West, hey, man, you better do this for us. No, I'm going to let you tell the people. You talk. I'm going to listen. Now, if you say something out of code, I'm going to interject and I'm going to correct you, which I did. But I want you to talk. I want you to tell the people what your plans are. If you tap dance, I want everybody to see you tap dance. Don't y'all hate when somebody's asking a question and you're waiting on the answer to see how you're going to handle the person? And as soon as they start giving the answer, the interviewer jumps in and cuts them off. And you be like, damn, I had him right there. He was about to expose himself. And you interrupted and didn't let him expose himself. We ain't doing that. No. What our mama say? Our mama say, you let somebody talk long enough, okay, they're going to expose themselves. So we let these people talk. They expose themselves. And now we're going to upload. That's the way the game goes, family. So the same way that we've been out here highlighting, spotlighting, framing, and exposing presidential candidates, okay, Cornel West, the same way that we've been out here highlighting, spotlighting, and exposing to the world these fake organizations, NAACP, same thing we're going to do to these fake civil rights heroes. These civil rights legends that they told us were civil rights people, but really, like, Al Sharpton was really a snitch, all right? Benjamin Crump been out here being a slip and fall lawyer. Literally, the dude is a slip and fall lawyer. They try to say he's some type of black legend. We're going to expose everything that they've ever put on the table, y'all. This is what it is. That's why we say it is the couch 2024. We got the power to do everything. We are people who are in prime position that we can change the world just by doing nothing. Ain't that a powerful thing? You just sit on the couch, family, and you can literally change the whole election. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to break it down. And also, we're going to talk about Joe Biden, and we're going to talk about how he's 977 years old and how now everybody's saying this dude is too old, he can't talk. How long we in the black grassroots been saying that, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this illegal immigrant invasion that now all of a sudden, including Al Sharpton, is saying that it's an immigrant invasion. Family, the receipts are coming in. One thing for certain is that when foundational black Americans say something, you sit back and everybody else is going to do exactly what we said. They ain't going to give us the credit. We're going to take the credit. That's the difference. We're not being reactive. We're being proactive. And when we proactive, we win because the code is undefeated, family. So let's break this down. First thing I want to talk about, let's talk about this illegal immigration. All right. And we're going to call it that. Let's talk about some illegal aliens, fam, because one thing that's been going on right now, before we get to the highlight, spotlight, and breaking everything down, one thing that we've been doing, fam, is that we've been the only people on the front lines, black Americans, calling out this illegal immigration. Why? It's because illegal immigration, it harms us more than everybody. Everyone knows this. Don't let anybody tell you or sell you something different. Illegal immigration harms us more than everybody. Okay? They put these people specifically in our communities. They put these people specifically where we live only for the reason of trying to replace foundational black Americans. But let me tell you this, family, you can never replace foundational black Americans because we too damn great. Look at this right here. When I say we got receipts, when I say we changing the world, when I say that we coming with that real, look at this. This is how powerful we are. Y'all remember that same Kamala? Okay, matter of fact, the same Kamala I just went to go see a week ago. All right, I put up the pictures. Look at what's happening right now with Kamala Harris, y'all. You know that foundational black Americans are on game when you start seeing things like this. That's Kamala Harris. Everybody sees Kamala Harris right there. Remember, Kamala Harris, she was sister girl during the election, and then she turned into all lives matter after the election. Foundational black Americans were calling that out as well, right? Well, you know that we have power. I want y'all to watch this and focus in. I'm about to show you something powerful. You know that foundational black Americans have power when they literally went back, y'all, and they changed Kamala Harris's bio on the White House website. Look at this. On January 20th, 2021, Kamala Harris was sworn in as vice president, the first woman, the first black American, and the first South Asian American to be elected to this position. They literally went back and they changed it to black American. It used to say the first black woman. First off, she's not black. She's not a black American. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. But what do we know and what do we see, family? What we see is on some delineation. Now they're trying to change it up. They literally went back and had to add the American on it. Why do they do that, family? It's because we have been the ones out here making that specific claim that we are Black Americans. All right, we're not Jamaicans, we're not Colombians, we're not Mexicans, we're not Africans, we're Black Americans. They literally went back, family, to the damn bio and changed it. That does not happen if you do not have delineation. That is a signal of delineation. We delineate, so now they're going back and they're trying to erase and replace what they was writing before. That would not happen in a world of yes, we can. That's why I say we went from the yes, we can era to the hell to the no era. And they literally are trying to change history in front of us. So as they try to erase us from history, they're trying to change history, and it ain't going to work. Once again, upload, and we ain't going to allow that to happen. Y'all remember seeing her birth certificate? Yes, we all do. Look at that right there. Caucasian. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knew it. The Black grassroots have been exposing that for the longest time. And now all of a sudden, family, they're going back in time and they're trying to tell us that she is a Black American woman. They would only say she's a Black American woman, family, is if we were delineating. They have to put that specific, okay? That specific, direct, and exclusive Black American, because that's what we are. Foundational Black American freedmen. Sooner or later, they're going to put foundational on there. Sooner or later, they're going to put freedmen on there. But it shows you what I always say, family. That's a good thing. Let me tell you why it's a good thing. Y'all know, Black Alpha Network, we walk with our head to the sky. We center everything in our excellence. I'm going to tell you that we won in areas where other folks back in the day would walk around and feel defeated and be like, man, we need to do better, man. They got us. No. Delineation has officially reached all the way to the highest levels of the American government. And if you reach the highest levels of the American government, you don't reach the highest levels of the world, because the American government controls the world. So that shows you just us foundational Black Americans, the people who are always facing abuse, the people who are always being brutalized, suppressed, depressed, the last hired, the first fired, the worst clothes, the worst education, the worst healthcare. We're the ones who got the government changing names, changing dates, changing specific ethnic bookings, all because of us. That only happens because certified foundational Black Americans are everywhere, y'all. Yes, you're right. Let me say that. Let me play that back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me play that back. I see you, family. I see you right there. Everybody screenshot that. Let me play that back for everybody. Let's go ahead and let's do some screenshotting so we can do some uploading. Because once again, like we said earlier, I think we created something on this episode, y'all. When we upload, okay, they have a downfall. When we upload, they go downhill. That right there, family, they went back and changed it. All because of us. That is a beautiful thing, because we are beautiful people and we are undefeated. It shows you again, our delineation has went to the top, and you can thank the Black grassroots. Everybody go ahead and make sure you screenshot that so we can let the whole world know exactly who we are, and let the whole world know that we see them. See, we watching them at this point, y'all. We're watching them watch us, and it's a wonderful thing. We got some things that the past never had, family. We got some things that the past never had. They used to talk around. They used to go around. They used to be hushed. They used to be quiet. You can't do that with us. Not anymore, y'all. Not anymore. So everybody sees what's going on, and everybody sees it at that level. We got them changing everything up, fam. The same way they didn't want to talk about reparations. They got to talk about it now. Reparations is really the biggest policy in America. They can talk about what's going on in the Middle East. They can talk about the illegal immigrants, but the reparations conversation is the strongest, it's the most powerful, and it's the most pure because it comes from us. They would never talk about reparations. No president would acknowledge it. They wouldn't even get a goddamn principal of a damn third grade elementary class to talk about reparations. But the president has to now. Now the vice president is going back and trying to change her name so she can look more appealing to us, but we reject it. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're doing. When I went a week ago, fam, and I showed this to everybody. When I went out there, right there, Black Alpha Network, behind me is Kamala Collard Green. When I went out there and I reported, and I was one of the few people, I would say I'm the first, and I would say I'm the only Black grassroots activist that reported live, y'all, from a vice president rally that was supposed to be a rally where it was blocked off, and it was supposed to be a rally where nobody could come in. Black Alpha Network found his way there. This is what we're talking about. We are literally, I want y'all to think about this, fam. When, you know, everywhere I go, the family with me. I don't give a damn where it is. I don't care if I'm walking to the mailbox. I'm bringing every foundational Black American with me. Yes, indeed, because guess what? When you go into the mailbox, I'm with you too. So we rocking together. That's one thing. That's how I was raised. We come as a family. My mama said, when you leave the house, don't come home without your brother, okay? She didn't say come home 3 hours later, okay? She didn't say come home 2 minutes later. She said if you don't come home without your brother, you can't come in the house, all right? That's how I'm raised. We rise together and everything else because we don't fall. So it ain't no rise and fall together. Everything we do is one family, y'all. You go with your cousins, you better come back with every last one of them you left with. You leave with your sister, you better come back with your sister. You better look after your little brother. You better look after your little sister. You better look after your big brother. That's the way we get down with foundational Black Americans. We ain't no tethers. We ain't got no backstabbing tribalism. We one big family. So when I was there, I was bringing the whole family with me. And I'm the first Black grassroots activist that was actually at a Democratic campaign that was blocked off. I came back last week with all of the footage and showed everybody exactly the talking points in which they were going to try to use, family. And what did we do? We exposed every single last one of them. And then, on the way out, Black Alpha Network, I tend to talk sometimes, so, I had to go ahead and, say some things. This is for those who didn't catch this last week. This was foundational Black American excellence right here, and I had to let her know something. Reparations, come on. Not hip-hop history month. Not fish fry, not collard greens, cash paper reparations for foundational Black American freedom. Boom. We want our reparations, Kamala. Not fish fry, okay? Not hip-hop history month. No, we want our reparations, and that is what it is. So, family, when I was there, that is Black grassroots activism literally on the front doorstep of the Biden administration. You have the Biden people, you got the Democratic shills, you got the vice president, and you got Black Alpha Network when we was all in the same place at the same time. When I say that we taking this to another level, when I say we're taking our message all the way to the top, that's exactly what I meant. I would not say that and not stand by it, family. So when I was there, that right there was Black American excellence, and that was Black Alpha Network standing right there in the same place in the same time as the Biden administration, so we can let the whole damn world know that wherever we go, you will hear us and you will address us appropriately, and we accept nothing other than that. So this is what we talk about. We got them changing the game. We got them trying to flip-flop. They can no longer go off of what they used to go off of, y'all. They used to try to give us the benign neglect. How you going to benign neglect some people that will not be neglected? You feel me? How you going to do that? You can't. There's no possible way, fam, that they're going to be able to benign neglect us when we speak the way we speak. We got them changing course. We got them changing what they're doing. We're not out here changing our stuff based on them. No. They're changing everything they do based on us. And that right there shows you the power in which foundational Black Americans possess. And that shows you the power that foundational Black Americans will continue to possess, because it never changes, fam. It only grows stronger. Like I said, we do not run. We don't flee. We don't hide. We stand on business and we multiply. This is something I've been seeing going on around the internet, y'all. And I had to share this with everybody. Check this out right here, y'all. This right here is the most powerful thing in the world. Yes, the Blacks and the Democrats' relationship is over. That right there is exactly why they're afraid. That right there is exactly why they cannot stand us at this moment in time, y'all. It's because of energy like that. What are they going to do, y'all, when Black Americans reject every single thing they throw at us? They have nothing else. You cannot fish fry us no more. And the people who love the fish fry, we ain't rocking with them. So when the fish fry ain't working no more, damn family, they ain't got nothing else. They ain't got nothing else. That right there, it's over. It's a wrap. There's nothing they can say to us. There's nothing they can do. Black Americans are moving completely independent. It's not about jumping from one party to the next party. All right. It's not about saying I'm going to be on this plantation. Now I'm going to be on that plantation. That's not what it's about, y'all. It's about foundational Black Americans standing on business and doing what we do for our damn selves. Nobody else. We're not changing it. We're not flipping the script. We're completely staying neutral to ourselves. Stay true to yourself. When you do that, and that's the way you operate, and that's the way you function, things change, and everything is changing overnight. This is why we are changing the game. We can talk about it, but family, it's better to be about it. And guess what? We out here doing whatever we choose to, and we're doing it in our own fashion, and nobody can try to make us get off of our pivot because we will not fold. So yes, the relationships are changing, and yes, family, we are the ones on the front line. I'm telling you, and I've been saying this, and I'm gonna continue to say it. In this generation, in this reparations era, we will be the ones who are responsible for changing the whole country. We are the same people who had all the power, the same people that used to always try to lie to us, deceive us, manipulate us. They are finding out right now that they're dealing with a completely different generation of Black people. And this generation of Black folks will not fold at all. So y'all take that screenshot right there, family. That's another one, and we will proceed. Now, when we start talking about illegal immigration, family, let's talk about something else. So already, just in this quick 33 minutes we've been on live, family, 34 minutes, we've already showed that foundational Black American grassroots energy got the damn vice president going back on the White House bio and trying to change her name to fit like us. Before, she was just trying to say she's Black. Now she's trying to say she's Black American. That's because of us. We also now see that the Democratic Party are watching us. They also see that we're showing up to all their events. They also see that we're changing the game. I'm going to tell you something I said last week. Family, the immigration crisis, in the great words of Malcolm X, has come home to roost. When foundational Black Americans was talking about these people invading the country, folks didn't want to hear it. When foundational Black Americans was talking about these people coming in, getting free rides, coming to our communities and mooching off us, nobody wanted to hear it. Now, the dominant society and everybody else is starting to deal with it. You're starting to see a shift. I tell everybody, we changed the political discourse of this country. Everybody watches us, then they do what we say. Look at all these people who are running around now, they want reparations. Look at these people who follow us. Y'all know on King Day, there was a whole nother group, some people from the Middle East, and they showed up where we were trying to drown us out. Why? It's because they cannot do what we do, so they got to follow us. Family, look at some of these videos we got that are coming in from the border. Y'all know right here on the Black Alpha Network, we have exposed that the immigration crisis is deeper than just the United States. It goes back to Joe Biden a long time ago saying that he wants to replace all of us. He said it. That's what it is. We're not trying to figure these people out. We ain't trying to figure out Benjamin Crump, okay? We know that he is a fraud. Al Sharpton, we know he's a fraud. We know that Joe Biden a long time ago said he wants a consistent influx of immigration, okay, over the Blacks. We know this. Only thing we're doing is framing it, highlighting and exposing it. And if they're watching us and they're changing their game right now without the exposure, wait until we expose them, then they're going to be in real big trouble. Family, look at these people coming over the border. I want y'all to see this right now. Look at this right now. These people are coming in from everywhere. And when we say they coming in from everywhere, fam, they coming in from everywhere. And the Black grassroots were the first people to expose this, and we're going to continue. Watch this, family.
¿Y de dónde son ustedes? De Perú. Where are you from? China. Where are you from?
Turkey.
¿Y de dónde son?
De El Salvador.
El Salvador.
I am from
Colombia.
Colombia. Are you from China?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Mauritania.
These people are coming in from everywhere, family. Don't let nobody try to get it twisted. We're the ones who've been exposing what the migrants really are. We're the ones who've been exposing that these migrants are really people who are being hand-selected. These are not people coming from war-torn countries. These are not people who are poor. These are people who are being chosen to come over here. We got more. Look at this. Y'all remember the situation in New York? Shout out to everybody from NYC, where literally the migrants are out there right now harming the NYPD and getting arrested. Look at this video right here, family. This is a migrant who him and his homeboys, okay, him and his illegals literally jumped on and harmed an NYPD officer, and he got made bail and walked right out flicking his fingers like he was Tupac. This is what we're talking about. The chickens are coming home to roost.
Just into Fox News now, NYPD making 2 more arrests, illegal immigrants. And that attack on officers. Those suspects also allegedly stole an officer's cell phone. Well, that'll help them track you down. So a 5th illegal immigrant accused of attacking 2 New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or regret. He was seen, as you can see, giving his 2 middle fingers to the cameras moments after being released without bail.
First off, we have to stop using the left soft terms. These are not illegal immigrants. These are illegal aliens, period. Every day seems to be backwards day here in America. You could come here illegally, assault a police officer, and commit a plethora of other crimes while being released on no bail, and go right back to your taxpayer-funded shelter where they give you preloaded debit cards and cell phones. It would be to no surprise if this guy was invited to the White House and awarded a Medal of Honor by yours truly.
That right there, family, it don't stop. Let's go all the way up to Chicago, We talk about these people are coming into our communities, right? We talk about how these people are coming here to replace us. Family, we got the footage. We got the videos. We got all the evidence and all the receipts. Check this out right here, family. This is brothers and sisters being evicted from their homes in Chicago while migrants are coming and replacing them literally where they live. Don't let nobody tell you that we ain't on game. Don't let nobody tell you that we ain't got receipts.
At first it was in Harvey, now it's in Chicago, literally, G. They making all these people get out. Every last one of these people get out. Look how they just started and gave them people $1,500. A $1,500 voucher. Baby, it's a lot of kids stay in this mug and everything. They bogus as hell. I ain't gonna lie. This some sick shit. Look at these people shit. They bogus as hell. They got the people gas out there and everything.
Look at that right there, family. Literally, when we say that they are replacing foundational Black Americans, the people who built this country, and they're bringing in migrants, we are not making it up. We have the footage of us being kicked out, us being evicted, and them being moved in. 2 months ago, it was young foundational Black American brothers and sisters who were playing Little League football. We seen the video where they were being escorted out of where they play their activities. And then the migrants came in with some tents and got to lay down. Now we're literally seeing our place of living, us being evicted and pushed out, and these folks coming in. This is undisputable evidence. When we say that this is what they're doing, when we say this is the game plan, when we say that the dominant society are using these type of tactics, we have all the evidence to prove it, and all you got to do is look.
They done boarded it up. What I just don't fucking understand is how they can get these fucking migrants $9,000 in the state of Illinois, but look what they doing to our own fucking people.
Right there, why they getting $9,000, and let's be real, and I've said this before, what we're going to find out, family, is that every single thing that we're hearing in terms of numbers, when it comes to immigration, oh, those numbers are wrong. They're wrong completely, family. I want you right now to take every single number that you've ever heard about the migrant invasion, and I want you to increase it by 4 or 5, okay? So if they come and they tell you that 4 million people come in, it's about 16, all right? And they tell you it's 1,000 a day, it's probably about 10,000 a day. I'm hearing this from reliable sources, people that I know on the border who are doing all the reporting. They're literally telling us that the numbers are wrong. Of course, the Biden administration is going to downplay the numbers because they got a crisis on their hands. Of course, the Biden administration is going to downplay the numbers because we're calling them out and we're exposing. So what's the next thing that they're going to do, family? They're going to come and they're going to say, don't watch, don't look, don't listen, turn your eyes, and we're going to bring these people on in. And it's foundational Black Americans who have been exposing it. But let me take this a step further. Black Alpha Network exclusive I got for y'all. You know when we say that the dominant society, they love people throughout the diaspora. They love all their migrants, all their illegals. They love them all because these people are all about being submissive and docile to the dominant society. Let me lose these. When we say, family, that these people are coming into America so they can assimilate to the dominant society. When we say these people are coming in here so they can have proximity to the dominant society. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, I always say, y'all, I say immigration is about proximity. That's the million-pound elephant in the room that don't nobody want to talk about except for the Black grassroots. These people come to this country because they want to go get them a date with Karen. They want to have them a date with Ken. Immigration is not about people fleeing where they're from. You don't flee where you're from and then you run to the home of the person that you say you fleeing because. You say that America and the W man started a war in your country, so you run to the country that the W man lives in. No, don't buy it for 1 second. Immigration is about people trying to be recruited into supremacy. It's a numbers game. We all know that supremacy plays by numbers. This is what they always do. They're trying to find nice little foot soldiers, nice little shields. They're trying to find nice little minions and puppets because they know we are the only lineage that has ever stood up to the dominant society. We are the only human beings who have ever stood up to the dominant society. Hop your ass on the damn plane and fly over to Africa. And they're literally right now talking about recolonizing Africa. Okay, that would be the 5th time Africa has been colonized. They're literally talking about that right now. Africa got some serious problems. Africa's problems are the same problems that Africa's always had. They fight each other all day long. They don't have a love and a mutual respect for each other like we do. What we say, don't come home without your sister. Don't come home without your brother. They don't see each other. They don't see each other as brother and sister. They see each other as different tribes. So they're getting colonized right now. And they don't stand up. They'll literally have 1 million people and get their ass whooped by 5 people. 5 colonizers will whoop a whole million of them. That don't go on with us. Boy, y'all know that. One of the things I always say, family, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Let me know where you at right now in the chat. I'm going to make this clear. They may take over South Africa. Can they take over South St. Louis? Can they take over Southside Chicago? I know they can't take over Southside Savannah. Let's be real. Let's keep it real, family. Let's keep it real. The dominant society and supremacy can take over North Africa. They can take over South Africa. Can they take over North Kansas City? Can they take over North Birmingham, Alabama? Can they take over North or South New Orleans? I'm asking everybody. I'm asking a friend. Y'all answer me that question real true. The way they take over continents, can they take over a place where foundational Black Americans are at in numbers? They can't beat us with less numbers. What I say, we got low numbers and we win. They got big numbers and they lose. Tampa, certified salute. Milwaukee, certified salute. They not just pressing on no certified. The dominant society know what's up. Trust and believe. When we were in Columbia, South Carolina on January 15th, there was probably 40 of us. They wasn't pressing us. If you look at the pictures and you look at the photographs, you look at all of the videos, they had to do all of this stuff. They had to literally bring out every single damn authority figure. They had to pull out weapons. They had to pull out the goddamn trucks, the water hose. They had to do all of that for 40 of us. They ain't running up on us, man. They know what time it is. Hell no. Y'all right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Certified salute. Y'all know straight up, they not pressing us where we are. Wherever our feet are at, good luck trying to make us budge. Foundational Black Americans don't do that. But they'll go over to Africa and take over the whole continent. Straight up. Africa is literally being colonized right now by the same population as Bowling Green, Kentucky, by Asians. I ain't lying. I'm keeping it a buck. That's what it is, y'all. Yes, indeed. The whole continent being colonized. So when we start talking about that, then you understand foundational Black Americans, we are the only certified salute to States Burial. One love. Certified salute. We are the only lineage, people, heritage, culture that's ever stood up to supremacy. We know that. They know that. So what they did, they said, we can't get these Black Americans out the paint. They're too strong. They're powerful. They are literally the most significant, most powerful, most thorough people on earth. What we can do, though, we can open them borders and bring in a whole bunch of people who are very submissive, very docile. And that is what immigration is about. Immigration is about bringing people here to the United States of America that will do all the dirty work and be simps for the dominant society, because foundational Black Americans, we don't play that. We certify. So family, when I say that, check out this exclusive. Do y'all know that literally, the dominant society are taking a whole bunch of people who are immigrants and they're adopting them? Y'all remember about 3 or 4 months ago, right here on the Black Alpha Network, I showed some clips about how they were saying basically adopt a migrant. They were literally doing that. They had this whole thing. They had press conferences and everything. They said adopt a migrant. They said you need to allow your house, rent out your bedroom, rent out your lounge room to a migrant. That's literally what they were pushing. They had an adopt a migrant program. I'm not lying, y'all. I wish I was. They had an adopt a migrant program. The dominant society was really pushing that. And everybody thought that was some stuff that they was trying to push on us. Family, no, because hell no, they know we ain't going to do that. No, hell no. But what they were doing was they were bringing in migrants from Haiti that are coming to America as migrants, and they're using that green card, and they're using deportation, and these people are coming and they're being maids, nannies, and they're being slaves to W people. I ain't lying. Check this out, y'all. In Massachusetts, a place where Joe Biden won by a landslide, there is new footage that is coming out of Haitian migrants who are being adopted by Karen and Ken, and they are literally serving all the food. They're making all the beds. They're not coming there as somebody who's just staying on your couch. They're coming there to be a slave. The same way we know the dominant society will hop on a plane, fly to Africa, and go adopt an African kid, come bring them back here. That African kid ends up getting harmed or disappearing within 3 years. We know the horror stories, how they was going down to Haiti. We know the horror stories, how they were going to Jamaica. We know the horror stories, how they were going to Africa. They were adopting Black babies, bringing them over here and making them serve as house slaves. Straight up. We know the dominant society's been doing this. The difference is with immigration, they don't have to fly and go adopt the migrant in their homeland. They'll fly the migrant over here and make them a house slave. Check this out, family. House slaves. This is what's going on. Haitian family shares story of finding host home. They're calling this host homes. What we're calling this, family, is adopt a slave, a migrant slave. This is what they're doing, y'all. And the dominant society had this plan from day one. And it goes to show you what we've been saying the whole time. They know goddamn well foundational Black Americans would never go for none of this. But they also know very, very well that when it comes to human trafficking, which really we call pimping out these migrants, okay, which we really mean these migrants are more than welcome to come over here, do all the cooking, all the cleaning, wash all the floors, wash the toilets. They know these folks are willing to do that every day. This is the other aspect of immigration. I shall let y'all see this. Certified salute. Y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We building, we working, we shining, we grinding. Check it out.
She felt bad, as any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
Tu niña es muy alegre ahora.
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta en la mañana, se dice, ay, Lisa.
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says, hi, Lisa, and everyone starts the day smiling.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Sí.
In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Quiero tener mi propio restaurante.
The couple has their work permits, and they've been taking English classes.
Yo cualquier trabajo va a hacer para guardar mi dinero para hacer mi futuro.
They're open to work anywhere to save money for their future. In the meantime, they're enjoying their time with Lisa, their new friend for life.
Stop, family. This ain't no lie. This literally looks like some shit out of a movie. We're not making this up. They are literally happy and literally think in their head they're going to own a business one day. You're not going to own a business. You're being owned. This is the delusion of these tethers, of these migrants who come over here and want to be next to the dominant society. We are not the same. You are not going to own a business. You're going to be there forever. And listen to the news anchor. They're just happy to come here and be excited with their new friend. They're friends for life, y'all. This is like the goddamn Chucky movie. This is like Chucky with migrants. They literally brought them a friend to the end. They literally came over here and are cooking and cleaning and thinking that they have come up. And Karen is sitting there happy as hell, showing all three of her meth teeth. This is what you get. So when we say that we are not the same as these people, when we say we don't go for that, when we say they'll never pull that on foundational Black Americans, that's exactly what we mean. Adopt a slave, y'all. And the slave don't even think he's one. Man, you can't make this up.
And their daughter's new grandmother.
They are hardworking. They want to learn. They want to be successful. And I feel great helping, and I get to understand the refugee crisis from the inside.
Lisa says she's so impressed by the number of people she's met right here at Brookline Town Hall meetings who've been stepping up and hosting families. She's hopeful more will do the same in the coming days and weeks. In Brookline, Erin Logan, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, the need for more migrant shelters in Massachusetts is something we've been following really closely. You can find more information about this and find out how you can actually help on our website, NBC10.
Migrants in Massachusetts, how you can help. W supremacy translation, how you can adopt a slave that'll come over here and do whatever the hell you want. Family, that ain't nothing but Get Out the movie. That ain't nothing but the movie Get Out. They are happy as hell to come over here. You ain't going to see them people in about a year. I'm not even going to say 2 years, family. I'm not even going to give them that much credit. In about a year and 2 months. By this time next year, we're going to find out that them people done disappeared, y'all. Disappeared off the face of the earth. Don't nobody know what's happening to them. And they're going to have some new migrants over there. And they're going to look at these. I live here and I clean. Every picture that you've seen in that, they were doing the cleaning. They were literally doing the cooking. Karen was lifting the finger. I thought this was adopt. I thought this was come in, we're friends, work together. Because that's what they were saying. They was talking about friends to the end. I ain't seen no friends. I seen somebody in the kitchen basically doing what we were forced to do during slavery. They're doing now willingly. That's why we say, family, what we were way back in slavery is what they are willingly doing today. We did it by force. We broke away from it. We changed the game. They're literally coming over here right now with their hand up saying, hey, sign me up. And they happy. What you see in that whole video? You seen the Haitian people cooking and cleaning. You seen the Haitian people smiling about it. You seen Karen saying, oh, I love this situation. How about more migrants in Massachusetts? And that's exactly why people are voting for Joe Biden out there. That's why Joe Biden overwhelmingly won Massachusetts. So energy like that. Foundational Black Americans are not doing that. No, we are not the same. Never in your life speak about us and them in the same vein. This is why we have been delineating and we've been separating. And you know, to make that even more crazy, fam, them folks think that they're entitled to reparations too. How are you going to be somebody's adopted slave and tell me that you want reparations money? It don't work that way. And y'all remember a year ago, or was it a year and a half ago, when they was whipping Haitians at the border? Y'all remember that? Them Haitians was just getting served at the border. They were just whipping them. They was on a horse and just clipping them, right? Them same folks saw all of that and still wanted to come over here. You cannot do anything with these people. They love Massa. They love Zaddy, and they will do anything to be next to them. You know what's even sadder than that, family? I guarantee you, all that happiness and love and all that smiling they was doing with Karen, they'll never show us that love. They'll come over here and say, you Black Americans have no culture. Ain't that what they say, matter of fact? That's what they say. They say, we ain't got no culture. They say, foundational Black Americans, we not true. But yet y'all coming over here doing that. And you ain't seen none of these scam African people that say we all just one big Black person in diaspora. How come they ain't talking about that, Dr. Kubar? How come you ain't got no energy for that? Because that right there should occupy all your time. You shouldn't have your time occupied talking about my reparations money. You should be talking about why your people coming over here and they're literally cooking and cleaning for Karen and literally living in a Get Out movie. The difference is Get Out. We talking about Get Out means leave. They say come, stay, come in, come and be here. That's the difference between us and them. Let me put that on the screen one more time, family. They literally are openly advertising folks to come over here and join in on that. And this is the difference between foundational Black Americans and everybody else. That right there, y'all. Migrants in Massachusetts. This is what they want. This is what they need. They ain't going nowhere, y'all. They say we going to be all of this all the time. If Massa here, we are good. We just want to be next to Massa. We want to be friends with Massa. Massa's our bestest buddy, and we won't do nothing to change that. Y'all Black Americans is messing it up. That's another thing no one really wants to talk about. I'm going to say the things that everybody's scared to say when it comes to migration. Migration, one, is all about proximity, being next to the dominant society. And then migration number two is folks coming over here and getting mad at foundational Black Americans because they feel us being on code is putting them in bad favor with the W. That's what nobody's going to tell you when it comes to migration. These people think that us foundational Black Americans not taking no nothing from nobody, that hurts them. That's why they come over here. They say, how could you guys be so mean to Massa? Massa lets me cook for him. And you Black Americans are making all of us look bad. That's really what it is. No, you make yourself look bad. All right. That's whether your ass is Mr. Fufu, Mr. Jerk Chicken. I don't give a damn, whatever the hell you eat where you from. Okay. Your ass comes over here to foundational Black America, and then you live literally a Get Out movie. You are disqualified from ever speaking on any issue that pertains to me and especially pertains to our reparations. We not having it. We not going for it. It's a different time. It's a different era. It's a different space, y'all. Yes, indeed. We got more, y'all. Check this out, family. This is what we're talking about when it comes to this. When we say the chickens are coming home to roost, when we say these people are having to deal with this, look at this guy right here has a conversation with one of these migrant people. And watch right here, family. This migrant lady literally tells us that she can't talk, she can't speak, she can't read, she can't do nothing. But yes, she's coming over here getting all of our money. Check it out.
¿Podría caminar con ustedes hasta ahí a hablar mientras que caminamos? ¿Y de dónde son?
De El Salvador.
¿Y por qué salieron de El Salvador?
Para buscar un par de dinero más, o sea, trabajo. Acá pagan mejor.
¿Y qué va a hacer para trabajar aquí?
Pues tengo que aprender de mucho.
He says, what are you going to do for work? She says, well, I have to learn.
Sí, hay que aprender.
Hay que aprender el inglés.
¿Hablas algo de inglés?
No.
Nada.
Do you speak any English? She says, no, nothing.
Nada.
¿Vino con usted y su esposo o con hijos?
No.
Oh, entonces usted llegó.
Did you come with your kids? Nope.
Aquí solo.
Sí,
sola.
sí.
Y entonces ahora va a ir a quedarse con una familia o a dónde van a ir para dormir y vivir.
Aquí, a ver.
Are you going to stay with your family when you get here? She says, well, we'll see. Which means only thing that she's prepared to do, y'all, is to come over here and get all those trinkets and all those benefits that the Biden administration has been given to them. This is what it is. Immigration is no more than a deal. There's a deal that these people expect to come over here and reap the benefits from what foundational Black Americans have created. That's why they be getting mad in NYC. That's why they're attacking New York City police officers, because they're coming over here and saying, y'all promised us this. We've already seen them with cell phones. We've already seen them with cars. We've already seen them with scooters. We've seen them with clothes. We've seen them with briefcases. We've seen them with PlayStations and Xboxes. So they're getting to the point now, they're like, hold on now, I don't have any of that. And they're taking it out on the dominant society. This goes to show you this was the deal all along. That's immigration right then and there. But family, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week when you start talking about immigration. But it's also been a hell of a week for the Biden administration based upon the man is literally 1,003 years old. Right? He's super old. And what have foundational Black Americans been saying? All we're doing, family, is we calling our shot. We shot callers. We said that immigration crisis was going to come and knock on the dominant society's door. It has. We said that it's all about people coming over here for proximity so they can have a date with Karen or Ken and they can clean their toilets. We just showed that. And one of the other things that we've been saying right here in the Black Grassroots for years is that Biden is losing it out of his mind. I got a question for everybody. Is Joe Biden, with his cognitive decline, is he fit to be president of the United States? We've seen all the footage. We've seen all the videos of this man struggling to get through simple conversations. So I want to show everybody some footage of Joe Biden struggling to even speak. This is what we've been talking about on the Black Grassroots for the longest. And just like everything, just like Kamala changing her name, now it's officially going to the highest form where they're asking questions. If you ever watch a White House press conference, you can always see the people in the crowd, all the reporters, they're basically saying what we've been saying in the Black Grassroots, the new Black media for 5-6 years. They're literally just regurgitating everything we say, y'all. It's literally the same thing. Yeah, y'all right. Hell no. Yes, you're absolutely right. I want y'all to see this, family. We about to go all the way in. I need y'all to hold on to your seats because it's about to get real funny. All right, speaking of Haitians, y'all know this lady right here. She's one of the other tethers. Watch now that she's fielding questions about Joe Biden. I'm telling y'all, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week. This week has basically been foundational Black Americans been telling y'all ass for 5 years week. All right? Foundational Black Americans been telling you about everything that's going on, and now y'all got to answer them questions. Watch this right here and watch how she deflects Joe Biden and his age and how he's 2,000 years old and how he can barely walk, how he doesn't remember his name, how he doesn't even know he's the president anymore. Watch how she answers these questions, and then I'm going to show some footage of Joe Biden, and then I want y'all to tell me, is she right or is the footage right? Check it out.
Does the White House think that the idea of the president taking a cognition test, a cognitive test, as a part of this physical is a legitimate idea, particularly just on the heels of the special counsel report, more polling, as my colleague Selena just mentioned, showing that many American people have concerns about that?
Look, I got this question last week as well, and I'm just going to say what Dr. O'Connor, it's kind of what he said to me about a year ago when the report came out last year, obviously on his physical, which is the president proves every day how he operates, how he thinks, right? But by dealing with world leaders, by making really difficult decisions on behalf of the American people, whether it's domestic, whether it's national security. And so he shows it every day on how he thinks, how he operates. And so that is how Dr. O'Connor sees it. And that's how I'm going to leave it.
What do you think about the idea of taking that kind of a test?
And I believe, for me, you're asking me my personal opinion, he is sharp. He is on top of things. When we have meetings with him, with his staff, he's constantly pushing us,
He's sharp. He's on top of things. That's what she said, y'all. That's coming directly from them administration, okay? Now, let's see if what she said is honestly and true. Y'all tell me, does this look like a man who is sharp? And does this look like a man who even knows where he's at? Hold on to this, family, because this is funny as hell. This is the president of the United States of America, y'all. This is the man that everyone is telling us that we need to go vote for.
President Joe Biden.
My memory is so bad, I let you speak.
As he tries to battle the increasing concerns about him being an elderly man who has trouble remembering things.
Well, many American people have been watching, and they have expressed concerns about your age.
That is your judgment. That is your judgment. That is not the judgment of the press.
His press conference was intended to show that he's still lively and with it. Started off pretty well. He was pretty combative. He was pretty lively. And he did show some ability to talk about some complicated topics, including the Middle East. Fortunately for him, he then managed to confuse the president of Mexico and the president of Egypt.
Initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. From segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States, end of quote. Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson.
This man said Ketanji Brown Jackson. This man is 1,000,000 years old. He don't even know her name. Look at the sister. Watch. I'm going to play back. Look at the sister start shaking her head. This man can't even get her name correct. This is the guy they say is sharp. This is the guy they say we should go vote for when he can't even answer a simple question and state a simple name. Watch it.
From segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States, end of quote. Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice. Let's go lick the world. We cheer for Muslim athletes like Kareem
I'm sorry, the sister
Brown
shaking her head kills me.
Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice.
Then he says, let's go lick the world.
Our Supreme Court Justice. Let's go lick the world. We cheer for Muslim athletes like Kareem and Joan Shingang. I'm going to pronounce Shanga Koawa. Ban on transgender Americans.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
I
much. It's
appreciate
great to have you. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction.
I met alone with him, just he and I, and a simultaneous interpreter 68 times, 68 hours, 68 times, more than 68 hours. All right. God save the Queen, man.
Where am I going? Where the hell am I going? I want to get out. Oh, no, over there, over.
Let me close with what I've long said. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with.
Hold up. What the hell did he just say? America can be described in one word? That's literally what he just said. A kapuja jabafa. Hold on. Listen, this is literally what this man said. He can't even say America.
Let me close with what I've long said. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
You don't know where he's going.
More than half of the women in my administration are women.
About the strength of the dollar right now.
It's not hyperbole to suggest that there's no national treasure, none that is grander than the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, one of the Earth's 9 wonders.
One of the Earth's 9 wonders, y'all. Damn.
The problem was too many people are working, making too much money. That's not the problem. Because it makes wind towers that's going to go into turbines made by GE Verona. Excuse me. I mispronounced it. Imagine if a long time Roosevelt and telephones came along saying, we're not going to help invest in telephones. Come on, man.
Mr. President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved, for the communities where life will be transformed, thank you. So thank you, President Biden, for your...
By the way, I met with who are those guys that fly over shortly? You heard of them, haven't you? 3 of them are women.
What?
So don't screw around, guys. I hope this experience for the speaker has been one of a personal revelation. I'm not being facetious. Anyway.
What the hell was that? He literally just left. He had an out-of-body experience.
And sheltered by someone they may have never met before.
Sleepy Joe.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship.
He's struggling.
But like many others, my son's home burned down. My daughter's home burned down. My home burned down. Food.
Celebrated international meetings if you don't know what you want at the meeting. If you don't have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Gonna go to bed. Family, is that man fit to be president? Is that man fit to even leave his home? Is that man fit to even live without nursing care? Real talk, like we got to be honest now. If that's all the Democrats can give us is Kamala Colley Green, who had to go back and now she's saying she's a Black American, or Joe, 3,035-year-old, don't know where he's at, can't walk off stage or anything. If that's all the Democratic Party has to give to us, on top of no migrants, on top of all the migrants that they're trying to push out and adopt, on top of all of that, family, this is what they're trying to sell. Then the Democrats got a hard time. They got a real hard time coming, family. Hell to the no. Y'all absolutely right. Hell to the no. That man is no way, shape, or form qualified to be the president of the United States. Like I said, I'm not even sure he's qualified to even leave his home, but that's what's happening. And guess who loves him, family? It's damn sure not foundational Black Americans. I'll tell you who do love him. Yes, the migrants, family. More footage has been coming out of these migrants. And guess what? They asked the migrants straight up, who you voting for? And the migrants say, Biden. Check this out. The guy asked him, do you have the right to vote? Check it out.
¿Tiene derecho para votar?
Those that entered illegally, he says legally, have access to vote.
¿Para quién se va a votar?
Who are you going to vote for? Joe Biden. That right there. That's why. So once again, foundational Black Americans are always correct. When we say these people are coming over here so the Democrats can try to use them as a voter block to replace us because our voter block ain't rocking with them no more. And then you literally see them say, we're voting for Joe Biden. Right there. Check it out one more time.
¿Tiene derecho para votar? ¿Para quién se va a votar?
John Biden, que nos está ayudando a nosotros aquí.
Yo creo que la mayoría Biden.
Biden. Él es el que nos está ayudando por Biden.
Biden.
Por supuesto que por Biden.
Le gusta apoyar a los migrantes. Sí, es muy buena persona. No, Trump es otra cosa, ese es otra cosa y este es otra cosa.
¿Tiene derecho para votar?
Que entramos ilegal, por lo menos tenemos acceso a votar.
¿Para quién se va a votar?
John Biden.
Right there, family. They're literally telling everybody they voting for Jimmy Crow Joe. They say it's Jim Crow all damn day. But here's the problem, though, family. Even with all of that, you're still seeing them say that they are going to come here and also vote Republican. See, the Democrats are in a very hard place. This is why we say that we got all the power right now and we got all the momentum. Reason being, family, is because they do all of those things for migrants. But yet, the Latino vote, Latinos for Trump, is still going to the Republicans. So what happens now when the Democrats provide these people all of these things, tangibles, give them buildings to live in, tents, scooters, cars, all that, and these folks come over here and they still vote for Trump. So let me talk about what the Democrats have facing right now. The Democrats have migrants in a migrant crisis. They have Joe Biden in an age crisis, okay, because I think he's 4,044 years old, okay? So you got an age crisis, you got a migrant crisis, and then the migrants that you're bringing over here, they identify with the Republicans. You got adopt a slave, where these folks is coming over here and they just want to be next to Karen and Ken. They're not even thinking about voting. They're just thinking about cleaning toilets, all right, for all the dominant society. So when you add all of that up, and then on the flip side, you got foundational Black Americans out there framing, highlighting, and exposing, breaking everybody down, telling everybody no tangibles, no vote. You better run that check in the country that we built. Oh, Democrats have no chance. No chance at all. We're talking about the couch. We're talking about voting for the couch. Tell me who is going to go out and vote for the Democratic Party. You don't see it out there like that. You don't see anything. And this is what I'm talking about. The power is all in our hands. Family, it's February. All right, we're already almost halfway through February. All right, next thing you know, we're going to hit March, we're going to hit April, May, June, and then we're going to be rounding out straight across the summer all the way to the election. And it ain't looking too good right now for the Democratic Party, but it looks great for us. This is why we have leverage. This is how you get leverage. This is what I was telling all those Democratic shills last week when I was roasting them in Luke's space, all right? All them bums. I was telling them like this. I said, we're going to get power based upon leveraging. And we leverage based on not picking the side. We tell both those sides that foundational Black Americans, we're going to do for self. And when foundational Black Americans do for self, things get done. And that's why we're moving, family. They're going down. What I say, when we upload, they go downhill. All right? We don't run, we don't hide, we multiply. And we multiplying every day. Our words are growing stronger and stronger. Did you guys see over the weekend? Let's talk about more. Who are these migrants? All right? That's another thing we've been calling out. Nobody was questioning the people till the Black grassroots was. Did y'all see that situation that occurred over the weekend where at a church, I want to say it was Joel Osteen, okay? At his church, somebody was out there popping them things, right? Right? Okay. Well, it's been seen now that the person that was popping them things was a migrant from Venezuela, right? And some people did some background checks, and now we're starting to see that this person was a Democratic voter. Don't believe me? Let's go. Check this out, family. Check this out. This story just really came off the presses. Look at this right here, y'all. All of that stuff that was popping off with the migrants and all that, thing that happened over the weekend with Joe Osteen, when they did some research and they start finding out who was really behind all that, family, look at some of these people, family. It goes back to the migrant crisis. It goes back to what we're saying about it. And it goes back to we've been exposing it since day one. We got the Democrats right where we want them, family.
This is exclusive information that was given to me that when you go and search voting records, if she in fact was from El Salvador, why does she have a voting record? Why is she listed as voting in the 2020 election? And if we could go to that other picture there, yes, there is her voting record, Janess Moreno. I won't show you the address, but it's there. And she's voted in the 2020 election, but we've already seen that she's from El Salvador, and we've already seen her extensive rap sheet. So how in the world would she have voted in the 2020 general election? I think Harris County might have some explaining to do. This is exclusive information that was given to me.
That right there, family, is showing you the people that were there, the whole situation that happened at that church, fam. That shows you this person is somebody who was brought in with the migrant program that the Biden administration sponsors. And on top of all that, this person has been voting, which by some of the people's research is very, very skeptical. Did I not say that when we look back on all of this, family, what we're going to see is that the numbers don't add up and they don't compute. What we're going to see is that everybody talking about the numbers, it's way higher. Everybody saying that these people came in at this rate, the rate is way higher. You're also going to find out that these people been voting. All this stuff, family, where everybody be like, well, we got to stop them from voting. Man, illegals been voting in America. Been voting. And in terms of them being police officers, jobs that they shouldn't have, yes, they've already been doing it. It's been seen. It's been documented very, very well, family. These people have been. I'm going to take it a step further, fam. Let's go down a little bit. These people not only, family, have been voting, they have also been police officers and on payrolls for a long time. So the Lakewood Church, you know what, SHOOTER, Salvadorian immigrant who literally was brought in and was previously detained by ICE. Yes, this person was detained by ICE 2 previous occasions. So it makes you wonder, fam, how was this person brought in, detained by ICE, let go, been voting, been out here, and still pull this off? You got some questions to answer, Jimmy Crow. Oh, we ain't done. Y'all already know where we're going with this. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Smash that like button. Check this out. This also was a flip-flopper, if you know what I mean. Okay. Look at this person right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check it out. This person was also a team switcher. You know what I'm saying? It's all on the screen. All right. And look at this. Look at all the names. Look at that. Look at that. Different times. The only way you got an illegal with these different names is if you've done detained this person multiple times and they've given you different names. This is what it is. This is what we say about the migrant crisis, fam. And yes, absolutely right. And y'all, hold on. Whoa. Let me pull that up. Yes, absolutely right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Absolutely right, family. And y'all remember that black woman, our certified sister who went to jail just for voting. Look at the difference again. Great point, sister. You're talking about foundational black Americans who go to jail for voting, but yet this person comes into the country, detained by ICE, and I believe it's more than 2. Remember, always multiply the numbers, y'all. This person was detained by ICE multiple times, is a team flipper. On top of that, pulled this whole thing off, been voting, and everything else that they deny foundational black Americans. But the research has been coming out more. Why? It's because this is what the foundational black grassroots have done. We have started it, and now other people are getting in on it, family. Let's go down even further because it gets even more crazy, y'all. When you start looking, look at this right here. According to Houston Police Department lead investigator, this person identified as a female, but used both male and female names. Once again, if you're using multiple names, that means that you have been detained multiple times. If you've been detained multiple times, but yet you're getting let go multiple times, then that means you are on purpose being let go. This is what we always say, family. And this is the biggest one right here. What do we always see with these people? What do we always see? Look at all the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 names. El Salvador, migrant, been voting, and they classify themselves as white, non-Hispanic, which we all know is what they've been doing for the longest time, y'all. Right there, again. That is the migrant situation. That is what you deal with the Biden administration. You ain't seen not near Democratic Shield come out. You ain't seen not near political prowess, anybody coming around trying to tell us who we need to vote for. Nobody mentions this right here. They walk around it. The same way they let this person go is the same exact way they don't mention this. The black grassroots have been the people holding this down and bringing up this story. That's why you're starting to see all these other people start to mention it. It all starts with us, family. If the certified foundational black American black grassroots does not discuss this, it don't get discussed. This is why I say our power is way beyond what the average person thinks it is, because our victories look different because we are different. So what you're dealing with right here, family, is somebody who is a team switcher, all right? Identifies as left, identifies as right, all right? Identifies is over there, identifies as way over there. Classifies as white, non-Hispanic, is from El Salvador, gave 7, 8, 9 names, and still got detained by ICE and let go. And on top of all of that, went and popped them things at a church. That person gonna be out in the streets here soon. So family, let's look at it, okay? You got some Haitians who coming over here in the migrant crisis, and they're literally living the movie Get Out, and they're literally adopt a slave. That's in Massachusetts. Go down to Texas, and you got this individual right here who's been detained by ICE multiple times and literally still gets out and still goes and votes and still goes and pop them things at a church. Yeah. And Joe Biden, by the way, doesn't even know who he is right now, okay? Joe Biden probably thinks that he's Barack Obama right now, All right. And he doesn't even know what year it is. Joe Biden probably thinks it's still 1902. All right. When he was born. So we're talking about a complete dismantling, and we're talking about complete strife and disarray going on in the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party knows nothing. On top of all that, Donald Trump looks like he's going to beat all of the indictments. The person, Fonnie Willis in Atlanta, she's already been brought up on charges because she was spending money and she had a side piece. So she done blew that whole case, y'all. So now you're talking about Trump is probably going to beat these indictments. Joe Biden can't even walk to the goddamn mailbox or take out the trash without falling. The man fell up the stairs 3 times when he was on Air Force One. And then now you're talking about the migrant crisis getting all out of control. I'm going to tell you where we fit in with all this, family. I'm going to tell you. First off, we fit in because we were the first ones calling out the Democratic Party and all their benign neglect. We're the ones who said no tangibles, no vote. Now Palestinians are out here saying no ceasefire, no vote. So they're out here putting pressure on Joe Biden because they still in our talking points. So he got that issue going on. We were the ones out here saying that Joe Biden was way too old. He's going to be 5,000 next weekend. When we start talking about that, now everybody's questioning him and how old he is. And we were the ones talking about the migrant crisis. Mumi Abu-Jamal, he said it best. The person who feels it more knows it more. Okay? So when you start talking about the migrants coming into our communities, in which the footage we showed earlier in this episode, when you start talking about that, we were the ones who felt it more at the migrant crisis. So we were the ones on the front line calling it out. Now you're seeing everybody else calling it out. It's been a terrible week for the Democrats. And then on top of everything we just named, we named about 6, 7 problems they have. On top of all of that, we're going to vote for the couch. So now what are we talking about? They got Trump. Let me tell you what the Biden administration got. Y'all got some Trump problems. Y'all got some Palestinian problems. Y'all got some migrant problems. And y'all got some FBA problems. The whole goddamn world got some FBA problems because we on code. So that shows you we are in picture perfect position to do whatever we please. The only thing we got to do is get all of these fakes out the way. They're going to send out the Democratic shields. And I want to say this to everybody. Family, we getting close to the election. There's a lot of Democratic shields we don't even see anymore. Let's be real. Do y'all really see Van Jones really like that? Let's be honest. You don't be seeing Van Jones like that. Van Jones ain't coming around because we got him out the paint. They understand they're not going to bring him. When Joe Biden got elected in 2020, Van Jones was on TV crying that night. He was crying. We ain't even seen Van Jones crying. So if Van Jones ain't crying because he cries all day, then you know the bald-headed Karen, the black bald-headed Karen, he cried more than Karen does. I've never seen a bald-headed black man over 6 foot tall crying and the damn W woman is giving him some napkins. I've never seen it in my life. But he ain't crying because he ain't out there, and he ain't out there because we ran him out the paint. You ain't been seeing Stacey Abrams. Last time Stacey Abrams was seen was when Black Alpha Network, my good brother Marcel, we went to Savannah, and they rolled her ass out of the Dodge. That's why, because she ain't pushing no weight. Who are you seeing? You ain't seen Angela Rye like that. Last time we seen Marcus Lemoy Shield, he's literally on the internet. He's in churches talking about Palestinians. Family, this is 2024. The election is on its way. This is not like before. Go back to 2020 and think about the Democratic shields. You couldn't go nowhere without seeing the Democratic shields. You're seeing less and less of them because we don't let nobody try to take credit for it. We in the black grassroots have made it very uncomfortable for every Democratic shield. They know they're not even going to waste their time. They spent millions of dollars. Literally, look at all that money they gave to Van Jones. Remember the one guy, he donated Van Jones all that money. Van Jones ain't even been able to come around and use it because we ain't going for it. He could come up in here with millions of dollars. He still ain't got no credibility in our circles, so he can't fool us. We've sent out the kite to the world that you can no longer fool foundational Black Americans. You're going to have to run those tangibles. Simple thing. No tangibles, no vote. That goes far. People feel it. They hear that stuff. When I was talking to Kamala, y'all see me. I said, we want reparations, Kamala. We don't want hip-hop history. We don't want collard greens. We don't want fish fry. Our words are powerful because they know when we talk about it, we're going to be about it. We're not like the Africans who are going to say, you don't do this, don't do this. Okay, massa. We don't do that. No, our words are powerful. That's why everybody is gone. This is what we're talking about. They hear us, family. That's why Kamala went back to the bio. They erased it. Y'all know how much work that's got to do? Somebody had to make a call, say, we got to make this person a Black American now, not just a Black woman, because they say Black woman. We got to make her a Black American now. Call up the person on the damn website, go in there, swipe everything, and replace it with Black American. That takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, and they're only doing it because of us. We've been running everybody out of Dodge, everybody out the paint, family. Our words are powerful. So as we get closer to the election, like I said, it's 2024, we're not seeing Democratic shields like we used to. Go back to 2020 and go now. And I promise you, it is at least 70% decrease and decline in Democratic shields. You don't even see them like that. Why? It's because foundational Black Americans have been running them out the paint. Nothing is working. They're not getting any premiums in return. So this is what we're doing. We got power, y'all, and the power is all in our hands, and it's going to continue to be in our hands. They're sending out Democratic shields. So, family, I said this before. They can't get us with those mainstream Democratic shields. So now they're sending out a bunch of like nobodies, like TikTok shields. That's really what they're doing now, all right? Because they're saying, why are we spending all this money on you, Van Jones, and Black folks don't like you? Why are we spending all this money on you, Marcus Lemoist? Black folks don't like you. We could just take that money and go get us a TikTok shield, and then they can come around. Y'all remember when I was in Jacksonville and I was reporting on that hate crime? Some piggly wiggly ass chick, she got on TikTok and was talking about we already got a hate crime or whatever. I want y'all to see this right here. This person just came. We done roasted this person about 17 times on the Black Alpha Network, and y'all know we always down for another one, okay? We got time, we got time, we got time. So as we roasted this person before, I want y'all to look at this video. Now they're sending out this TikTok shield, and this TikTok shield is trying to tell us, well, what about reparations? Y'all got money for this. But in reality, this is trickery right here, fam. This person does not represent tangibles for us. They're trying to use reverse psychology. This is how pathetic they are. They don't like the fact that we break it down. Y'all remember this person right here. Y'all remember her. Okay, we done roasted her several times right here on the Black Alpha Network. These are these bootleg Democratic shields. All right. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, Hurricane. Yes, yep. She's still running them out, family. It's election season. Okay. But guess what? They done replaced the Van Jones and all that with this person right here. Okay. But guess what? Both of them is going to get regulated. All right. Only difference is at least Van Jones got regulated and he got some goddamn money. This person getting the G check for free. This is what it is. I want y'all to notice this though. Now they're going to come out and start talking in our terminologies. They're what I call grassroots terminology thieves. And what they want to do is sound endearing to us, but in reality, they're using it against us so we can go vote for the Democratic Party. I'm going to let this play and then we're going to break it down.
Second, so I don't have to do two parts. Somehow, the governor of New York found $183 million to give to the victims and beneficiaries of Holocaust victims. This is your reminder that the Holocaust did not occur on American soil. However, they found $183 million to give to the victims and the beneficiaries. Walk with me through history for a moment. On Juneteenth of 2019, the House Judiciary Committee held a hearing on slavery and reparations. See that man right there? That is Mike Johnson from Louisiana. He was a House Congress representative. Do you know he is now the seated Speaker of the House who holds the power of the purse in this country? This man fought tooth and nail against the case for reparations in 2019. It is on video. The hearing is 3 hours and 19 minutes long.
Wait a minute. You already know she lying because she done came out the gate, y'all, acting like she advocating for reparations. Please, this is one of them. Y'all's never gonna get reparations. You need to take Hip Hop History Month. This is one of them. Why y'all needs reparations? This is one of them. It ain't that serious, y'all. You mean to tell me you went from Democratic shield all day long? Now all of a sudden you talking about reparations? What's the catch? See, that's one thing about FBA. You cannot hustle us. You cannot con us. We don't fall for none of that. When you're a Democratic shield, and mind you, this is the same person who tried to tell me that we already have a hate crime law, and we know the hate crime law was written for some other groups. She tried to fight tooth and nail that we already had one. Now you want to say we need reparations? Now you're a reparationist? Nah.
Watch it. Because he and people like Candace Owens were fighting tooth and nail to say that Black people do not deserve reparations because it is unconstitutional, even citing his adopted Black son as a reason for it. Now back to the governor and what they did in New York. They, meaning the Department of Financial Services, Holocaust Claims Processing Office, they have a whole office for Holocaust claims. They assist Holocaust victims with their heirs recover stolen assets and they have helped secure and return over $183 million in compensations to victims and their heirs for bank, insurance, and other material losses. Additionally, through the initiative, the Department of Financial Services has facilitated settlements involving over 250 cultural objects since its inception in 1997. They have been doing this since 1997. Again, the Holocaust did not occur here. How?
Oink, oink. My bad, dog. I had to. My bad, y'all.
However, since 1997, they have put this initiative together and as a collective have found $183 million, which means they structurally put something together to ensure that they can be compensated for a loss that occurred in another country that did not occur in ours to get reparations. At what point will y'all stop playing in our faces?
I'm gonna tell you what, Camala Harris, who you support, who's the same Camala Harris who said she's not gonna do anything for foundational Black Americans. Let me tell you what she was just doing, y'all. She was trying to act like she's a reparationist. This is what you're gonna start seeing now from the Democrats. They're gonna start pretending that they're about reparations. You see it with all these little task force, right? Where these people come around and they start talking this good game. The only reason why she was saying that right there, it has nothing to do with reparations. It has nothing to do with us. She saw that as an avenue to paint the Republicans as anti-reparations. That's why she brought up that guy, and that's why she brought up Candace Owens. She's not going to talk about how the Democratic Party has openly said they don't support reparations. No, she ain't going to talk about that. She's not going to talk about how Kamala Harris said she ain't going to do nothing for us. No, she ain't going to talk about that. She's going to act like she cares about reparations. Ain't made one reparations stance in her life, but now all of a sudden she want to talk about how we can't get reparations. They will always dump whatever they can on Republicans. You ask them about supremacy, and they'll say there is no supremacy on the whole world, really. There's no supremacy in the country. There's no supremacy in the world. The only supremacy is from Republicans, all right? Do you believe in reparations? Oh, no reparations for Black folks, but the Republicans want to stop y'all from getting it. The only time they ever acknowledge people who are anti-FBA is when they can dump it on a Republican. And we've been pushing back against that. That's why certified foundational Black Americans ain't going for it. That is one of the games, one of the tactics that they've been trying to use on us, family, and we're not pushing that line at all. These people are going to start to come out. They're going to start trying to act like they're for reparations. They're going to start acting like they care about what we're doing. They're going to start acting like they got all the answers. These people are just as anti-reparations as every Republican because they are just as anti-Black as every Republican. That stuff ain't going to work. So let's be very cautious, which we already are. Let's just take it to another level of all these people who are going to come out as we get closer to the election and start using reparations terminology. These people do not want reparations. What they really want to do, family, is they want to get in front of the argument and they want to stop the reparations from the inside. See, they know they cannot stop reparations from the outside. They tried it already. They try to put tethers on our conventions, on our task force. They try to have tether conventions. They try to do all that, family, but they know foundational Black Americans ain't allowing it. So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to take reparations. They're trying to say that they're reparationists. So once we try to hand it off to them, boom. I always say this. Reparations, you got to be careful because the dominant society is kind of like what the dominant society really wants to do, family, and this is really a tactic that they use. They try to act like they're a designated driver, and you got to be careful. They want us to give the keys to them, and you got to be careful. That's why I say all of our legal means, all of our policies have to stay right here in the Black grassroots. We cannot hand it away. There's always somebody every day who's saying, hand us over your reparations claim. I'm a Democrat. I'll take good care of y'all. Yep, y'all know it. Republicans will show up and say, I'll take good care of y'all if you just give us those keys. We are not handing the keys to reparations over to nobody. It's like a designated driver. If you give your keys to somebody, you got to go wherever they take you. F that. We going to drive this goddamn car. We going to go right down FBA highway, down FBA lane until we get that goddamn FBA money. Nobody is going to take the keys. Nobody's going to drive this but us. So all these Democrats who come around, all these Republicans who come around, and even some of these fake third party, Green Party, Orange Party people, they're all going to come and they're going to be saying, why don't you hand over your reparations keys to me? I'll make sure that I get votes for it. I'm seeing the NAACP doing that right now in Atlanta. In Atlanta, the NAACP are trying to write themselves in to reparations so we can say, okay, y'all take the keys. Next thing you know, that stuff going to the Ukrainians. And we just seen monies go to the Ukrainians just today. So we already know what they're doing. So that's what she's trying to do. They feel if they cannot stop reparations, they're going to hijack it. I always say, fam, Two types of people. Those are the people who want to stop reparations and those who want to steal reparations. Those who want to steal reparations realize they couldn't stop it. Those who want to stop reparations know they can't steal it. That is what you get. That's all it is, family. Those are the two types of reparation ops that we're going to encounter. People just like her. And as we get closer to the election, you're going to have more and more people show up and say, oh, I'm your friend. Come on, FBA. I got you. If you just pass this law, you just vote for me. I got you. That Marianne Williams chick, right? The same lady who got into it with Marcel. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Marianne Williams, or whatever the hell her name is. She was coming out here talking about she got a reparations plan. And her reparations plan was literally like a few $1 million. And then she said, no lie, in her reparations plan, she said she wanted to get all the black leaders. And y'all know who that was going to end up being? It was going to be Benjamin Crump. It was going to be Al Sharpton. We got them. And then she said we should give the reparations money to them and let them disperse it amongst the black community. And she said she only had a few $1 million. I just seen her in the space about a week ago. Because, you know, after I had Cornel West on here, now everybody's trying to go get presidential candidates and stuff. But the people who are doing it are not qualified. Damn sure ain't certified like me. So what you're seeing is now these people are coming around with these fake reparations plans. They use all of our little lingo and our language. They say things like we deserve and the debt that's owed and what we should get. And they're not really talking details. Be careful of the person who uses a tagline, but there's no nuances in their statements. All right. You got to be careful of that. They know when to say black, black, black. They know when to say reparation, reparation. You got Ben Crump running around here talking about our culture won't be erased, but yet they support immigration, which is erasing our culture. So you got to be very cautious of these people, family. And this is what we're watching. Watch out for the terminology thieves. There's going to be a hell of a lot of politicians, some that we know, some that we don't know, but they're going to be popping up trying to take our reparations claim so they can drive that shit on over to the Ukraine. They can drive it on over to Palestine. They can drive it on down to Mexico. But we ain't letting it happen. That's why we on game. We talk about the Democratic shields popping up, family. Oh, yeah. I was just talking about Angela Rye. Angela Rye done came out, fam. But guess what? Angela Rye is on the damn internet now. Yes, she is, family. Check this out. Now she's coming out doing more Democratic shield babbling. And this is what we mean by the Democrats are going to be popping up every single way that you can find them. They are in desperate mode, family. We got them against the ropes in full desperation. I'm going to show you her, and then I'm going to show you another Democratic shield that's been gone for a long time. But the problem is they're popping up, and we don't even know where they are because they've been demoted to the internet.
I think that we often forget that Black people are immigrants too. Oftentimes, like, I don't know if you all
listen to how she just started, y'all. Listen to how she just started. We often forget that Black people are immigrants too. She already came out with this blender trying to fuse us in to the immigrant situation. The same way that Miss Piggly Wiggly was trying to fuse us in with reparations and the Republicans is the same way Angela Rye started off trying to get us to say, well, you know, we're immigrants too. I said it a long time ago. They want to give all the immigrants our presence in this country, and they want to give us their presence in this country. Meaning they want the immigrants to be seen as the people who built America, and they want us to be seen as the people who fled to America. We ain't going for that.
I think that we often forget that Black people are immigrants too. Oftentimes, like, I don't know if you all remember, of course you remember, the very traumatic photo we saw that took us back to slavery when you saw that white Border Patrol officer on a horse almost cracking a whip on a Haitian migrant, right? Like, we have to remember our humanity first. I also, and shout out to the
What? I'm sorry. Y'all, they got me growing. Notice how she just said that and she cited that Haitian, right? But didn't we just show that the Haitians didn't really have a problem with it because they coming over here being adopted slave and sweeping floors. So she's trying to get us to be emotional about something that the Haitians ain't emotional about. And then watch her how she tries to slide over into indigenous people, which was the same thing I had to G-check Cornel West on, trying to fuse our native indigenous history with these other folks. This is what we're talking about, family. They're in full desperation mode.
To slavery when you saw that white Border Patrol officer on a horse almost cracking a whip on a Haitian migrant, right? Like, we have to remember our humanity first. I also, and shout out to the indigenous community who've been so kind, embracing, talking to us about this pod. These borders are artificially created. right? Like, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be immigration policy, but we putting up borders on land that wasn't theirs to begin with. You're putting up borders on stolen land, which is a mind boop. I'm not gonna say the cuss word, but y'all know what I'm thinking. It's really like very triggering and traumatizing and annoying to me. White folks can come in here and blend in, and our folks stand out like sore thumbs, and we forget about it. So I would say to the people who at home, you know, they will make a special exception for their girlfriend or their side piece or their nanny or
Melania.
their cleaning lady. How about Melania or your first lady, right? Like all of these other people you'll make exceptions.
Wait a minute. She just said in cleaning lady. Didn't we just see the Haitian immigrant come over here and be a happy cleaning person? Same thing. Listen, brother, let me continue. They got me going.
Einstein visa.
Listen,
for some unknown talent we have yet to discover. What was her unknown talent?
Where's
that she
that
was able to
TED
leapfrog over everybody.
Where's that TED
and
Talk
get this
tip?
Einstein visa.
Listen,
but they were fine with that.
Listen, but from the very beginning, Congressman Thompson put out border principles, standards that we should be governing by, legislation that we should be pushing. It's not just visas for folks that want to work in tech companies. You should care about the people who need work permits, who are picking fruit and repairing.
Wait a minute. We should be worrying about people who are coming here illegally. She's openly advocating for an erasure because, mind you, the immigrants come to our communities more than everyone else, okay? Out of 506 sanctuary cities, those cities are in cities that occupy 70% of the foundational Black American population by design. We just seen it in Chicago. So she's saying we should not even have borders and we should not worry about Americans. We should worry about people who fled here and give them all the benefits. This is what the Democratic Party's doing. She's saying that while Piggly Wiggly was saying that we should give reparations to the Democrats.
Toilets and cleaning floors. Like, we should be humane in our approach to our border security, which is why I'm so troubled by the direction that the Biden administration is now taking. I will say it is also immensely troubling, and I'm sure that part of his strategy is including this, to think that the Republican Party is impeaching Secretary Mayorkas for not enforcing border policy. And on top of that, Joe Biden has now said, okay, fine, let's go with your plan, but they're not going to go for it because Donald Trump ain't about to let them go rogue and give Joe Biden this alleged win. I think.
Okay. Mad stuff to unpack. Before I unpack all of that, family, sorry. Before we unpack all that, first off, Black Alpha Network, I said it best, man. I said we ain't fly here, we reside here, okay? We never flew here, we grew here, okay? We didn't come here, we from here. That FBA flag is waving high in that FBA sky. They ain't got to like it. That's just exactly what it is. So you're seeing this mixture. Basically, she talked and babbled for 2 minutes, and if you really hear it, she didn't really say nothing other than Black Americans need to support all these other communities, and these other communities should have our tangibles. Mind you, when they're talking, particularly a Democratic Shield, let me say this. When you're dealing with a Black Democratic Shield, they make it look like they're talking to all Americans. No, they're not. You don't pay Roland Martin to talk to the dominant society, okay? You go get somebody from the dominant society to do that. You don't pay Van Jones to talk to the dominant society. You go get a person from the dominant society to do that. You do not pay Marcus Lemoyce, Angela Cry, Donna Brazile, Stacey Abrams. They'll talk in this dog whistle that they're speaking to all Americans, but in reality, they're talking to us. When Roland Martin says, beep, beep, you fool, and you need to vote, he ain't talking about dominant society. He know better. He know they'll pull that goddamn card and he'll get G-checked real fast, right? So what they do is they talk to us. So what she's saying and what she's doing is she's advocating for these people to be elevated above Black Americans. She would never in her wildest dreams talk about advocating or elevating these people above little Billy or little Becky or Karen or Ken. She would never do that. She would never tell Karen or Ken that they need to give up something for Julio or Muhammad. She would never do that. These people are talking about Black Americans. That's why they pay Black Democratic Shields. Black Democratic Shields have one job, and that is to steal from foundational Black Americans or to try to convince foundational Black Americans that we need to go vote blue no matter who and support All Lives Matter. If they fail to do that, then they will be dismissed and disqualified. She's been failing to do that. That's why she's on the internet right now, opposed to CNN. Roland Martin has been failing to do that. That's why he done got fired 6, 7, 8 times. I told you, Roland Martin literally is trying to audition to be somebody's slave. He's telling everybody, he's like, I'll leak emails and everything. Roland Martin is begging someone to come and adopt him. That adopted slave, he's adopted Shield, all right? This is what happens. They never talk like that to W's. They know better. They only talk like that to us, all that tough talk, all right? And we know they won't bust a grape, but that's what they're doing, and that's what she's doing. This goes along, though, family, to what they've been doing for a while. Let's take it back to the NAACP, and we all know what the C stands for, okay? Y'all remember when this clown right here from the NAACP, they president, remember when he came out and he tried to say that Black Americans, we're basically migrants because we fled? Yeah. Remember when he said that every Black American, we're basically just fleers in our own country? That's the same thing that Angela Rye is trying to do and Piggly Wiggly. They're trying to fuse and blend and tether us to immigrants, because if the immigrants can get our presence in America, they can get our tangibles. If we get pushed and we got to wear their jacket, then they can make us who they really want us to be, and that's non-FBA. They cannot stand that we are native.
Some of you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, let me put it this way. No one chooses where they are born, to whom, what family, what region of the globe, or what community, and they should have the right to survive. They should have the right to survive. I grew up in Detroit, as was said earlier, and I loved my community. It was a beautiful community. It was a community of immigrants. Folks immigrated from Alabama.
What?
They immigrated from Mississippi. They immigrated from Arkansas.
Stop. I'm going to continue to play this right here for the rest of the year. They will not get this story to go away. That man said he grew up in Detroit, and Detroit was filled with immigrants. He says Black American immigrants that fled from Arkansas, from Mississippi, from Alabama. Oh, you got it twisted, homeboy. You got it completely twisted. He openly said, and I'm just going to say it like this. He said that we're fleers, and he said that we're migrants, which is completely BS. And they don't want to talk about. That's the NAACP right there, y'all. That's the same NAACP that when we say that they are an old, outdated dinosaur organization, everybody wants to cape for them. And they are openly telling us that we are immigrants. The same thing Angela Rye said, but he took it a step further. At least Angela Rye was out here tap dancing because she knew better than to just say it in the open. This man said it clear. But notice there's no footage of this, just audio. He said this in a controlled space. Did not think that it would leak. Did not think that it would upload. But like I said, when we upload, they have a downfall.
I grew up in Detroit, as was said earlier, and I loved my community. It was a beautiful community. It was a community of immigrants. Folks immigrated from Alabama. They immigrated from Mississippi. They immigrated from Arkansas. They immigrated from Georgia. A community of immigrants. Fleeing hostile territories where they were being oppressed and denied opportunities to work for a fair wage for their labor. Fleeing persecution because of the color of their skin.
Listen to what he said. He literally used the term flee because they are listening to us, y'all. They are listening to us. That's our terminology. Well, nobody talking about fleeing until we start saying fleers. Okay, we are freedmen. They are fleedmen. All right, they all got fleedmen foreheads, and he's trying to tell us that we fled. All that is somebody who's been listening, watching, and they've been trying to run that on foundational Black Americans. They're trying to take what we say about everybody else and say it back to us because they're in desperation mode. They just didn't think that we'd be on game and on code and G-checking it in the process. Check this out too, family. This goes to show you, when we say they watching, how you know they watching, family? Because they're literally openly and actively out there hiring people to handle this business. Biden and Harris coming for the Black vote. The Biden-Harris campaign has hired a director of Black media, Jasmine Harris, touting the new hire as evidence of an early commitment and investment to reach Black voters. No, that ain't got nothing to do with no investment. That ain't got nothing to do with reaching out to Black voters. That woman gets paid to scan the internet, scan our committees, our task force, our meetings, our organizations, everything that has something to do with us. And she is there to spy, take our terminology, and try to give that back to the Democrats. That is basically somebody saying, keep an eye on what Black Americans are doing. Come back and tell us what they said. That's all that is, family. Don't let them fool you with that one. Nope, nope, nope. That woman ain't. How's she gonna do an outreach? We got Black media. We don't need her. What she think she gonna do? What we literally think, family, this woman is gonna provide that the new Black media hasn't already provided. It's the new Black media that's whooping them right now and got them against the ropes. It's the new Black media right now that's got Camala Harris trying to change her name. These people literally watch everything we do, family, and then try to tell us, well, you know, we also had to go get somebody who could really relate to y'all. That person is not trying to get the Black grassroots vote. That person is here to spy on the Black grassroots. That's all that is. That's all that will ever be. And we is not falling for the games, man. This is what it is to be certified. They can't run that. They thought it was going to be easy. I'm just going to keep it a buck, y'all. They thought it was going to be the easiest thing in the world. They literally thought they was going to run some type of hustle on us. They thought they was just going to pull this person out the blue and try to run that on us. These are these folks who be watching every single thing we do. And this is one of those people who goes back and tells the Democrats, y'all know them Black Americans, man, they getting on cold. We can't control them no more. Man, them Black Americans, they not really going for collard greens this time, Kamala. Kamala, y'all gonna have to come up with some real tangibles now. That ain't nothing but an internet spy. And that person is trying to literally get in on foundational Black American lingo, terminologies, so they can go back and try to sell that to everybody who is watching. But we are not falling for it, family, because we are too certified and we win every single time. That's the way the game is played, and we've been playing it flawlessly, y'all. And they know that, and this is why they have no choice right now in this generation other than to sit back and just enjoy the show, family. This is why foundational Black Americans are executing at a level that no one has ever seen before, because it is all based on us being true to ourselves and representing our lineage and not falling for the games. So right there, you got somebody from the NAACP trying to tell us that we fled, trying to say that we're immigrants, BS. Then you also got people running around here saying that reparations is something that the Republicans are trying to stop, even though the Democrats openly said. And then you had Angela Rye saying that we just need to take stuff from Black Americans and just go give it to everybody else, because we know she wasn't talking about the dominant society. Oh no, she wants to be one of them. So what happens, family, when these people consistently say that and none of it works? All right, when they say that, when they tell those lies and nothing really gets off the ground. Only thing that's left in that type of situation, family, is for them to lose the Black vote. And once they lose the Black vote, family, everything else comes back to us. The best way you get tangibles and the best way you get reparations is to let these people know we aren't doing anything blindly no more. Nothing is being done blindly. If you come at foundational Black Americans and you do not show the proper respect, then foundational Black Americans will literally get you out the paint, and we are not playing. So, family, that's not the only person that they've been running around here with. Now, if y'all seen earlier, y'all remember Andrew Hotel Gillum? Y'all remember him? Y'all remember Andrew Hotel Gillum? They was trying to make him the Barack Obama. Now they got the other Barack Obama, okay? That Hakeem Jeffries dude that my brother EJ completely shook him up. The Barack Obama 2.0 is being played by Hakeem Jeffries. The original Barack Obama 2.0 was supposed to be Andrew Gillum, until we found out that Andrew Gillum was in a hotel with a whole bunch of Starburst, Skittles, and fruit by the foot. Y'all remember him? Okay. Well, guess what, y'all? They done pulled him back out the blue, and now they have him back talking again. This is what we talking about. They are pulling these people from every single direction because they are in full desperation mode. Watch this, y'all. This is Andrew Starburst Gillum, and he done came back on the scene trying to fool FBA.
Woo.
That's real. That's real.
I don't like it. I don't like it either.
No. Let me. I hate it. All of us have to not like it. But the truth is this is where we create the way for Republicans to come in and go after very discrete sets of voters. We talked about this before. They don't need everybody. They don't even need most of everybody. They just need a few. And so this is the kind of thing we can't tell these folks to disbelieve their lying eyes. Their lived experience is going to be what it is. But very quickly, one, this thing is based in a very racist and also separatist, otherizing American tradition of the elite and corporate interests finding and figuring out a way to keep us separate, divided, and conquered. When the unions started to peep up during the early beginnings of the industrial complex and say, listen, these are white men. We're dying here. We need work hours that respect us. We need a weekend. We need a paid. They went and did that. And what did the union bosses do? They satiated them as best they could so they didn't have to kill them outside of the mills where they were blocking the entrances of them importing more cheap labor in to replace them. They blocked them. And then they came up with a strata system where they started giving these folks titles for doing the same work on the floor so that the new title people who didn't even make more with the new title, they still made the same amount that everybody else did, but it created strata so that they could never come together and do this thing as a unit. So this has been an intention from the very beginning, y'all. Divide and conquer is the name of the game, and the writers of the rules are these corporate interests. But as Angela and Tiffany both said, the devil is a lie, but not only is the devil a lie, or this is the devil's work, it is also a lie that immigrants are not paying their fair share, but nobody.
Look at that. He had to throw that in. It's a lie that they're not paying their fair share. How you paying anything when literally we showing these folks come here and say they can't even read? How you can't read, you can't speak English, but yet you're supposed to be paying something back. They're telling bold-faced lies while saying someone else is lying. And by the way, man, he ain't even trying to hide the Skittles no more. Back in the old days, he used to try to act like, he wasn't on that side of the fence, right? Now, boy, he just straight up, you just see Starburst every goddamn where when he talking. He ain't even hiding no more. But that was the guy they was trying to hit us with in terms of being Barack Obama 2.0. I guess he's 7.0. I don't know what he is, but I'll tell you what he ain't. He ain't fooling us, and he's not going to get us to believe that these people are going to come over here and benefit foundational Black Americans when we know goddamn well they're getting everything for free. You cannot pay something in America if you fled to America and you ain't got no job. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no money. You supposedly came over here from a war-torn country. How you going to come over here from a war-torn country, family, but now all of a sudden you got money like that? You ain't got it like that. What it really is that the Democrats are trying to soften it. They're trying to dilute it. They're trying to make us feel that the migrants have been doing such a great job and they're really on our side. But in reality, family, foundational Black Americans, we know the facts is that they are trying to con the game, and we are not going for it at all, never. This is what we were talking about when we were speaking about this whole thing with the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Check this thing out, family, and I want everybody to see this. This is something that they're running with, fam, called Black Joy. Yes. First off, you know a tether when you see one, right? You know a tether when you see one, right? We all know a tether when we see one. Well, right there, you're looking at a tether, family. All right? That is a tether. And they're running out here trying to say Black Joy. That's the new term that the dominant society and the Democrats are trying to run with, and they're trying to pass this off as some form of reparations. Yes, they are. How do you know they are trying to use this as reparations, family? Because they are openly saying it for everybody. Read this right here, family. Check this out. It says, clear as day, Black Joy is both a form of reparation and comfort on college campuses as a group that was denied equal access to higher education through the majority of our nation. This family, and that don't just stop there. They got a whole list of this stuff. And foundational Black American brothers and sisters were in the chat, not letting any of that go at all. Look at this, family. We're not done. Let's go. By the way, the NAACP, they have this thing, the Legal Defense Fund, which they try to operate as an independent group from the NAACP. So they have a lot of the same things that the NAACP does, and they break all the same charters that the NAACP does. This is what we're talking about. And they go through this all the way across the board, y'all, and they keep talking about Black Joy. And they're trying to pass Black Joy off as reparations. It's another way basically saying, family, y'all don't need no money. Y'all don't need no reparations. Just get y'all some Black Joy and you'll be okay. This right here, this is another one. They're talking about Black Joy. And they're talking about it can bring the same spirit of interdependence with my colleagues and my clients. This is what they're telling Black people. They're saying you don't need money. You just need to happy your way into reparations. This is what they say. The guy said it's a form of reparations. This is their words, not ours. Look at this guy right here. Look at this. Look at this dude. Look at this guy right here. They say Black Joy at its core means resistance in an anti-Black world. Black Joy recognizes the power and the resistance that comes with comforting anti-Black systems by refusing to die and daring to dream. This is what they're saying, y'all. We not done. No. We're going to continue to break down this black joy. These are more terms. What we doing on this broadcast, we breaking down everything that the dominant society and the Democrats are going to use in the next 7 months. This was the first one right here. Black joy is both a form of reparation and comfort. They're telling us that we just need to be happy. This is the NAACP again. The same NAACP that discriminated upon us, the same NAACP that's never done nothing for us, and the same one where their president just called us fleers. This is the same one. They do the whole list. And by the way, how many of these people are FBA? I don't know. Black joy is essentially, you need it in your life as a person of color. See, they threw color in there. It's funny now. Like I said, they know when to say black, and then they know when to say person of color. They say black joy is essential. You need it in your life as a person of color. These are many obstacles designed to drag you down. I see black joy as those spaces where I can go, you can be yourself, and you can be unapologetically black. Man, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with all of that. This is what we mean, y'all, when we say that they're running around here and they're trying to sell us everything other than cash payment reparations. They have literally gotten so low that they're telling us we need to basically just go ahead and be happy. Don't worry about the cash payments. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the debt that is owed to you based upon your ancestors building this country. You just need to be a happy Negro and have some black joy, and everything will be all right for you. Hell to the no. That is basically the new version of Yes We Can. All right, remember that's what Yes We Can was. Yes We Can was the same exact thing. Yes We Can was the dominant society running around here telling us, don't worry about police brutality. Don't worry about being harmed on the job, being harmed while you're walking down the street. Don't worry about Trayvon Martin. Don't worry about Tamir Rice. Don't worry about Sandra Bland. Nope, you just need to be happy. And if you're happy long enough, you can get you some black joy. That's how we feel about black joy. That's how we feel about the NAACP, and we all about the money. If you ain't talking money, you ain't talking about us. That's what it is, and that's why we exposing them, and that's why we breaking them down one by one. So all of the Democratic shields, they're getting thrown in the trash, and they're getting placed on the corner, right? And then the NAACP, we got a special place for them. We got a special place for NARC. We got a special place for NCOBRA, and we got a special place for all of the fake civil rights frauds. We said we was going to break down the civil rights frauds, right? That's exactly what we're going to do. When I say everybody's listening to us, they watching us, they hearing us, did y'all see that Al Sharpton, he just came out, family, and he called the whole migrant thing an invasion. Yep. And the dominant society is mad at him. Oh, yeah, we coming. We got some smoke for them. Oh, yeah, we got some real smoke. The days of the civil rights fake leader are over. If you ain't talking about reparations, you ain't talking to us. If you ain't talking about cash payments, you ain't talking about reparations. If you ain't talking about our lineage, heritage, and culture, we ain't listening. As a matter of fact, don't even talk to us. We're just going to do what we want to do. We're going to roll the way we want to roll. We're going to get our money on our own, and we don't need nobody else. Foundational Black Americans are good right where we are, the country that we built, the same country that everybody wants to hop to, skip to, jump to, run to, flee to. But guess what? When they get here, they got to wipe their feet on the floor because foundational Black Americans are in the building. Check this out, y'all. Al Sharpton came out, and he called this immigrant invasion. Yep. So what it was is that he's been speaking our terminology, and once he's speaking our terminology, now it done slipped on camera, and the dominant society just happened to hear it, and they mad at him right now. But the funny thing is, Al, is that when you're running around here and you telling foundational Black Americans, can't we all just get along? We's all immigrants too. It's a dreaded thing when we say it, right? Right? But guess what? Now they're using our talking points to the T. Foundational Black American grassroots been calling it out. Now everybody has to see exactly what we've been talking about. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Check this out, family.
What is being done to get the public to really rise up in various states to say to their senators that they want to see the border issue resolved? I mean, you're getting migrants beating up policemen in the streets in New York. You're seeing an influx of migrants all over the country that frankly have people outraged. And couldn't there be some kind of public pressure put in the next couple of days in some of these senator states saying, why are you allowing this to continue? Because at the end of the day, senators have to deal with their voters. And at the same time, in the bill, you give money to Gaza, to civilians in Gaza and Israel. But the border, I mean, we're looking every day at the invasion of migrants. And
whoa, hold up. Sound like he just said invasion. I heard invasion. Wait a minute, Al. That's what it sounds like. One more time. Let's make some real clarity since we in here and we framing, we highlighting, and we exposing to the world. We got 700 people in here. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We got time today.
Money to Gaza, to civilians in Gaza and Israel. But the border, I mean, we're looking every day at the invasion of migrants, and they're playing a time game with politics on this. Couldn't that?
No, Al, you know you done messed up, right? You know you done messed up, right, Al? Now, all of a sudden, they want to talk about the invasion of migrants. I thought that foundational Black Americans were being xenophobic when we said it was an invasion. It looks like foundational Black Americans have been the ones out here in the paint, and we've exposed them to the point where they stole all of our terminologies and they're forced to acknowledge that this is an invasion. They are forced to acknowledge that they are doing nothing for the Black grassroots, and they're forced to acknowledge they're losing votes based upon that. And that's why I say that we got them against the ropes. They're desperate, and foundational Black Americans win all the time. Knockout. Because we've said that it's an invasion since day one, because it comes to our neighborhoods the most. Now it's to the point where the Democrats are saying it, and they was mad at him. If you type in Al Sharpton right now on any social media platform, you go on Google, Yahoo, whatever you choose as your search engine, go ahead and type it in, and it's going to be filled with people saying, Al Sharpton called it an invasion. Oh my God. Well, guess what? He got it from us. So Al Sharpton has stole Black grassroots terminology, and then he misused it in a time where he shouldn't have, because didn't I say it? They're very cautious when they talk to the dominant society. And now they pulling out that same whip they pulled out on them Haitians. Yeah. Al is in trouble. Don't be surprised if Al is not on MSNBC by the end of the spring. All right. There's going to be some consequences and repercussions. All right. They're going to take back all the butter biscuits from him. They're going to say, we don't pay you for that. He going to get the Roland Martin treatment. Y'all remember when Roland was leaking them emails and he was leaking all the questions to Hillary Clinton? He got fired ASAP. And then when he got picked up by another channel, they fired him again. Roland Martin been fired 3 times. He got fired on his day off, on his day in, and on his day in between. Al Sharpton is about to get the same exact treatment, y'all. The same exact treatment. But this is what we mean when we talk about them fake civil rights frauds. Your days are numbered. You ain't running back over here when they give you that G-check, because over here don't exist for you. You don't get no premiums. You don't get no benefits when you are off code. The counterfeits got to bounce. All of the artificial got to bounce. This space right here, this foundational Black American compound, this foundational Black American family tree, it only exists for the certifieds. If you ain't certified, you ain't got no time. But we all been knowing this, because remember, Al Sharpton, this was Mr. Tattletale. Yeah, Al, we've been knowing about you for a long time. Let's say what everybody's been knowing for the longest. Al Sharpton been a snitch. Al Sharpton was telling when he came into this world. He gonna tell when he leave. He gonna tell in between. And Black Americans ain't never rocked with no damn Al Sharpton. Watch this. Y'all remember this?
I was not an informant. I was cooperating with investigations.
The revelations threaten to embarrass Sharpton as he kicks off his...
Wait a minute. This is for all my folks out there. Y'all know what I'm about to say, okay? If you got young folks, then they gonna say this. Anybody who runs around and says, I was not a snitch, I was cooperating, is a damn snitch, okay? That's what it is. Your ass was telling. It went from tattletale to snitch. Now they trying to say cooperate. You wasn't cooperating. Your ass was snitching, all right? And he been one. So what you expect from this dude? Ain't nothing concrete, ain't nothing solid, y'all. He started off trying to say, I wasn't snitching. I was just cooperating. No, you was snitching, homie.
I was not an informant. I was cooperating with investigations.
The revelations threaten to embarrass Sharpton as he kicks off his National Action Network convention this week, with de Blasio and President Obama the headliners. But de Blasio, who calls Sharpton family, is sticking by his buddy.
Doesn't change the relationship one bit. I'm very proud to be his friend. I think he has done a lot of good for the city of New York and for this country. I have the exact same positive view of him I had before.
Sharpton has been dogged for years by reports that he was an FBI informant, helping the government go after boxing promoter Don King and music executives. Now we learn he also went after mobsters, including the legendary Vincent the Chin Gigante, the so-called Oddfather who paraded around in his bathrobe and pajamas. Though he has ducked and dodged questions about whether he wore a wire for the feds, that wasn't possible today since a batch of government documents were made public.
The conversations were... He nervous. Look at him sweating. Look at him sweating. That old perm is... Look at him. Look at him. Right there. Okay, look at him. He's sitting there right there. He's probably looking at a bucket of KFC. But you see that perm is starting to sweat as soon as the questions came.
Or a wire for the feds. That wasn't possible today since a batch of government documents were made public.
The conversations were recorded.
And there's also the issue of how he became an informant. Some say he was pressured into it after he was caught in a drug sting. This HBO undercover sting video that aired in 2002 shows Sharpton with a cowboy hat pulled down over his bouffant hairdo. Sharpton appears to nod when an agent offers him a cut from future drug sales. But now Sharpton claims he went to the feds for protection from threats from mob-connected music executives.
Nah, nope, nah. Try again, Al. You lying. You ain't went nowhere. What it really was is that they had you from day one. You was telling from day one. You ain't never had nothing solid in you. You ain't no stand-up person. You sold out them the same way you sold out your community, and we ain't never rocked with no Al Sharpton. They've been trying to sell us Al Sharpton. Let me tell y'all, this was what was going on with Al Sharpton back in the day. That right there, family. Before Al Sharpton went to about a 120-pound body with a 500-pound head like he has now, that was Al Sharpton back in the day. And everybody knows that Al Sharpton has always been a snake. I mean, you could just look at him. He ain't never done nothing. The only thing he been loyal to is that goddamn biscuit that the dominant society been feeding him over and over and over again. But it ain't working nowadays, family. Why ain't it working? It's because foundational Black Americans in this generation, we're not letting these people masquerade for 50, 60 years. No disrespect to the brothers and sisters in the past. I promise you no disrespect. But if you believe that you are going to masquerade around us for 60 years, you got another thing coming. We are not going for that, family. That is just not the type of time, energy that we are on in this generation. The NAACP been out here for 60 years, somehow still getting a pass, somehow still being able to come to our environments, come around us, hang out around us. We're not going for that. Al Sharpton been around here being a fake, a fraud, a phony, and still somehow people been allowing them. That is not the type of time that this generation is on. We are going back in time and seeing people who done snitched, who done told, who done sold out. Because mind you, we got to watch this. You got the William O'Neills out here that sold out our brother Fred Hampton. We can't allow people. And then this is what we're really talking about. And I don't buy all that Al Sharpton was just telling on the mafia. You mean to tell me that in the middle of the civil rights era and the Black empowerment era, he wasn't telling on no other Black brothers and sisters? He probably told on the Panthers. He probably told on every single Black organization. We know Dr. Martin Luther King had a bunch of people around him that was setting him up. You can look at Al Sharptons, the Jesse Jacksons of the world. These people have been paid for years to sell out other Black brothers and sisters, and they could stifle every Black movement. The dominant society, they don't come at us directly. They always send in people like Al Sharpton. These people are here to dilute us. That's what the NAACP was. Look at Black Lives Matter. We done ran them out the paint. I want y'all to go back. Mind you, this is 2024, the election. Go back to 2020. Black Lives Matter was running around here everywhere. Where they at now? We ran them out the paint. It's on us. It's our job to run them out the paint, family. This is what we're doing. We going down that list and we G-checking them all. Black Lives Matter's not around no more. That one little not effing around scam master scam, gone. We're running all of these old, outdated organizations that start with an N, NARC and Cobra, NAACP, gone. And we're going to these civil rights frauds, okay? When foundational Black Americans are out here every day being openly discriminated upon, they throw their hands up. They say, oh, we can't help you. We ain't got nothing for you. I don't know, man. I'm sorry what happened to you. But yet let something happen to somebody from the dominant society, somebody from the Skittles bag community. Let something happen to one of these migrants. They the first ones signing up. And on this episode, I got receipts about these fake civil rights frauds and how they come and show up for every single All Lives Matter person, every single All Lives Matter organization. They bend over backwards. They make these settlements for these people and give them hundreds of millions of dollars. But when foundational Black Americans are out here being discriminated upon, when foundational Black Americans are out here dealing with the Democratic shields, the Republican shields, when we're being denied access, when we're being denied our basic civil rights, they don't never come around for us. They only chase an ambulance so they can get some money, or they go around the Democrats and try to sell every single Democratic talking point until today. So check this out right here, family. Check this out. We got it. We got it. We got it. This is what we're talking about. When I say this is the end of the Democratic shields, y'all, this is the end of the Democratic shields. Let's go all the way back to Columbia, South Carolina, family. Y'all seen this video, but like we said, we're going to continue to show this video. We're going to continue to regulate. We're going to continue to G-check and delineate until we get us our own justice. The best thing about foundational Black Americans, we don't wait for nothing in this generation. We take it all. And that's what we're doing. They want this story to go away, but they're going to have to deal with this story every day. This is what happened. And this is why these people are running from us. They got on their track shoes.
Listen. On behalf of the NAACP, we're disinviting you to this event. This is a private event. We're asking you, please leave.
I haven't even said that. I've been sitting here on the phone.
We're asking you, please, this way.
Can you just give me that explanation?
Talk about reparations. Come on.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. Please, this way, please.
This is on behalf of the NAACP?
Come on, y'all. This is so unfair. This way, please. Please. Truly peaceful. Actually, please.
All right, come on.
Thank you.
Reparations.
Thank you.
Reparations.
Thank you.
Look at this, y'all. Look at all this.
Let me get my.
We're being asked to leave, and we just been relaxing. Wait, get everybody.
Who set you guys in charge of this?
I want y'all to remember this next time the NAACP starts talking.
NAACP ain't got nothing
Remember
to do
this.
with us. They for color folks. Y'all for Palestinians, right?
With no explanation.
No explanation at all.
None at all.
These just say reparations on the stage because you want to kick us out.
That's it.
Matter of fact, why he's still talking on the stage.
And there's probably about 20, 30 brothers and sisters who are foundational Black American freedmen. And they're taking us all out one by one for no reason at all. We were just watching.
Wouldn't even let some of them come in, but now you kicking us out. We ain't did nothing wrong.
Shameful.
That's out, y'all.
Hey, that's okay though. It's a new era. The NAACP ain't popping no more.
Okay, you don't want to speak. It's okay. We got you on camera.
We got him.
Don't please. It's okay, man.
No tangibles, no vote.
Yeah, kicking us out because the application for.
How you feel about it, brother? How you feel about that? He ain't got no say. You Black.
Look at that coward. Look at that coward, y'all. This is the cowardly energy that we're getting rid of in this generation. Let me run that back, and I'm going to always show. Look at that guy right there. Look at that coward. This person sat there and said, it ain't got nothing to do with me now. I got to go now. That's the energy that we're getting rid of. If anybody in the world thinks that we will go another generation, if they think we'll go another day with that type of cowardly energy over our young Black brothers and sisters who are coming up, you got another thing coming. We will not go another second with those type of people being in the front line. We will never win. We will never achieve. We will never accomplish everything that is our God-given right to accomplish because we are foundational Black Americans with people like that being their false misrepresentation of our lineage. Their days are not numbered. Their days are over. When somebody's days are numbered, that means that it's coming. When we say their days are over, that means that they're gone. It is all about us. This man literally walked away, and I knew what I was doing. I'm the one who recorded all of this. The guy who said, we're disinviting you, got him. He should have never said that. This guy right here, I stopped on purpose. I know what he was when I walked by him. He is COON. But I said, guess what I'm going to do? The same thing I said I was going to do in this episode. The same thing I'm going to do in this generation, this era, and all of us. We going platinum, right? I said, I'm going to set traps. I'm going to frame, highlight, and expose them. So I said, let me stop and get it on camera so I can bring it back to the whole Black Alpha Network certified foundational Black American family, all 700 of us. And we can put people like this on the big screen so we know when they come, we can get them out the paint. We're not going another 60 years with all of these sellouts. The sellouts are getting kicked out. And this guy is one of the main ones.
He got no say. You black now. How you feel about that? I ain't got no say. Okay, so he feels the same way. Let me see that sign, brother. Let me see that sign. Let me see that sign.
Kicking us out.
Reparations for foundational Black American freedmen, not illegal immigration. That's why we being kicked out. That's why you see police right there. That's why you see everybody.
You said we standing on lineage business.
That's the only reason.
Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Now it gets fun, family. So that right there happened. Everybody knows it. We've been hearing people all across the country. Let me say this. There's a lot of cowards out there. There's a lot of cowards because this happened to the brothers and sisters who were there. And then we have all of the foundational Black American family. We've been really rallying behind this. The love and the support, we all we got, y'all. We are all we got. Anytime something happens to a foundational Black American, we are the ones who stand by each other. I'm telling you, I see situations go down, and then the way that we all rally behind, something can happen. Look at Mason, Tennessee. Brothers and sisters, boom. Flint, Michigan, brothers and sisters, boom. This ain't the old days where we see something happen to a brother or sister, and we just say, man, that's over there. That's their problem. No. One problem is all of our problem. One victory is all of our victories. We don't take no losses. So we got to stick together. We are all we got. Brothers and sisters in the past used to say, well, you know, that's just how it happens. That ain't how it happens. If something happens to one of us, we all got to come in. So when this situation occurred, I was astonished by how many brothers and sisters was like, Alpha, what can I do? I don't give, you need what? Let me know. Another phone rang. Hey, man, I got some issues with the NAACP here, and here. Let me know something. People was writing me, you sue them? Hey, you do a case? Hit me up. I don't care. Whatever you need me, I got you. And I'm like, whatever you need, I got you. We're going to ride together. We're going to ride together. I got you. You got me. That's what we do. We're a family. We all we got, right? This is what we're doing. So it's going to take all of us to get these people out the pain. The petition and everything is coming. But first thing we're going to do, before you ever make a step, you get rid of all of the loose change. You draw that line in the sand. We used to try to make steps, and we would have too many people around us that had no business being around us. We would be talking about reparations, and then somebody pop up and say, we don't need no money. His ass is gone. We would sit there and say, we need tangibles. Somebody say, man, we do got tangibles, man. We get to vote. His ass is gone. All right. We would say, man, we brothers and sisters, we standing together. We all one big family. And somebody would throw up some gang signs or talk something that's divisive amongst us. His ass is gone. All right. Anybody who is not all on the same page with the community and stands together and supports each other, we have no time for you. Your ass is gone. So now what we done clean house. So instead of our path to reparations, our path to tangibles, our path to prosperity being littered with obstacles, hurdles, and blockades, and people who are off code, people who are out of pocket and out of line, we done moved them all out the way. So now it's just us in the bank, us in the money, and we're going to move and we're going to step as a family. So that's why we're getting rid of all these civil rights, old fake leaders, the organizations, their asses can go right along with them, right? That's what we're doing. So as that happened, I was getting calls from brothers and sisters all across the country. As well as my brother Marcel been getting calls, as well as our brother Afro Elite, he's been getting calls, and we've been all coming up with a plan and what we're going to do. But the first thing we said before we take that step, we got to do some regulating. And I love regulating. It's fun, okay? Because trust me, when you regulate somebody who's off code, you regulate one of these frauds, you're doing something that your ancestors are going to be proud of. Because how many times, going all the way back to the plantation, that brothers and sisters had revolts planned, and some coon or sellout got in the way. We had committees planned, we had parties planned, we had political power, we had social power, and every time we ever had something, somebody got in the way and interrupted it. That's because cleaning house should have happened a long time ago. But this generation, we multitask. We clean the house and we get into the money. It's a beautiful thing because we beautiful people. So now that we regulating on that, family, I said, okay, we done exposed the NAACP, people calling from all over the country. Now we got the whole unit, the whole family. We on code more than ever. We are tight more than ever. We are stronger than ever. We are here and we are moving as one. Oh, it's time now. Oh yeah, get your popcorn ready because now it's time to kick up some dust. So as that was happening and I seen it and I started getting calls from people from all over the country, I said, I know for a fact that Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton knows what happened. I have some reliable sources that have let me know that they know exactly what went on in Columbia, South Carolina. Family, that was King's Day. Family, the vice president was there. Family, that made the news. Every single video was trending and it went over 1,000. Go type in the NAACP, all right? Go type in King Day and you're going to see the videos. These people are watching. If these people are watching and they know the term tether, they know FLIR, they know reparations, they know tangibles, they steal all of our lingo, they steal all of our music, they steal all of our dances, they steal every single thing we do. Don't think that they ain't watching and know what happened in Columbia, South Carolina. All right? They know exactly what happened. So I said, we're going to approach these people and we're going to set some traps. We're going to tell these people, hey, well, you're going to come and you're going to represent your folk. You a civil rights leader, right? All right. Well, our civil rights were violated. All right. You're about discrimination, right? We were discriminated on. What you going to do? And family, through all that, we got some word back and we got some things. And it's exactly what we knew it was going to be. And I'm glad because that's how you frame it, highlight it, and expose them for the frauds they are. G-check, checkmate. While that was happening, let me tell you what Al Sharpton was doing. The National Action Network, which I call the Non-Action Network, this is Tamika Mallory and them, they was out there in New York and they was protesting the W guy who fired that Claudia Gay lady or whatever her name was. This is where they put their energy towards. Not the brothers and sisters who were being violated with their rights. They put their energy towards trying to stop one of their Democratic buddies. They chose Democrats over Black Americans, and we ain't surprised. This is what they was doing, y'all.
And there's not that they weren't qualified. It was their qualifications were not considered. Affirmative action meant you had to diversify and pick qualified people for these communities. What about those that were somebody's cousin that got in that was not qualified? What about somebody that was somebody's daughter that was not qualified? Those were the ones that got affirmative action. We were getting repaired for the damages that were done.
Do you think Trump has a chance to take the election?
I think that Trump has a chance of taking this election unless we mobilize, which is why you see people.
He's talking about Donald Trump. He's talking about voting, and he's talking about the Democratic Party. That's all he's talking about. And yes, the damn sign says good trouble. These folks are still in the 1960s. Every single thing that we deal with today, these folks are still thinking about the 1960s. Look at that sign, y'all. It literally says good trouble. But when foundational Black Americans are out here being discriminated and harmed, they don't give a damn. They say go vote. This is what it is. We say, what about Trayvon Martin? Well, go vote. What about Tamir Rice? Well, go vote. We say, what about Sandra Bland? Go vote. We say, well, what about Alta Sterling? They say, I don't know. I was a Selma, and you should go vote. That's all they care about. That's their job. These people openly and actively work against us. They are enemies of the lineage. That's what they are. They're ops of the lineage, and we will treat them as such. No longer, man, well, he can still come in now. No, the hell he can't. Well, he's still our brother. No, the hell he ain't. The code has no feelings. The code only has conduct. You conduct yourself in a particular fashion based on the betterment of the community, then you win. You have emotions. You allow people in who don't need to be here, then you have no code and you can sit outside with them. The code ain't about emotion. The code is all about demonstrations of behavior. And by their demonstrations of behavior, they are all ops and we're going to treat them as such. I want to show you this right here. As they're talking about good trouble, fam. They talk about good trouble, right? Okay, let me show y'all this. This queen's birthday was just the other day. All right? This queen's birthday was just the other day, family. And Al Sharpton and all these fake civil rights folks aren't talking about her. They're skipping over her by 60 years. All right? And they're talking about Edmund Pettus Bridge and good trouble. It is our responsibility in this generation, in this era, to uphold the legacy of this sister, as well as the many other sisters, as well as the brothers, as well as the young and the old. It is on us to make sure that what occurred to them doesn't occur again, and them being here with us strengthens us to get everything that we know that they would want us to have. They don't give a damn about us, family, these old folks. They don't give a damn. All they want to do is talk about Edmund Pettus Bridge, get us emotional, and get us to go vote for the Democratic Party. Did you see anybody running around here talking about Sandra Bland other than us? No. When I went to Jacksonville, Florida at the scene of the hate crime, let me tell you what I saw and let me tell you what I didn't see. What I saw were foundational Black Americans. What I did not see was people of color. What I did not see was all lives matter. What I did not see were minorities. It was a crime that happened against us, and like everything else, we only have each other. So these folks are not here to stand by us. They are not here to uphold our legacy. As a matter of fact, Al Sharpton uses what happened to Sandra Bland to get you to go vote blue. Ben Crump uses what happened to Sandra Bland to get you to go vote blue. A black life being harmed is no more than how can they put this in the Democratic campaign commercial. Nobody loves seeing a black American harmed more than a Democrat, because Democrats have ran off of black people being racially harmed for 60 years. When they see a black American harmed, first thing they think of is good. How can we get money? So with that said, when we start regulating and we start running them off the block, I say good. We foundational black Americans, and they can bow down. So as that was going, this was occurring as well, family. Look at this. Al Sharpton was running around here now for Black History Month, and he's trying to push that whole reparations thing up in New York. Y'all remember that? When they were standing around trying to praise reparations in New York, which was a big nothing. Look at this. This is what he was doing. Why foundational black Americans were being discriminated on in Columbia, South Carolina. This is what he was doing when we were out here praising and upholding our sister Sandra Bland. Al Sharpton was doing this.
Reverend Al Sharpton kicked off Black History Month in Harlem. The Reverend welcomed Governor Hochul to the National Action Network's House of Justice. He thanked her for signing legislation last month establishing a commission to study racial justice and reparations. That commission will examine slavery and the lingering effects on people living in.
Listen to that. This is what he did, y'all. He went right for us. He said he thanked Karen. He thanked her. He didn't thank her for doing something. He thanked her for studying. One more time. He said he thanked her.
In Harlem, the Reverend welcomed Governor Hochul to the National Action Network's House of Justice. He thanked her for signing legislation last month establishing a commission to study racial justice and reparations. That commission will examine slavery and the lingering effects on people living in New York.
Still have segregated cities where the black populations are in those that are environmentally toxic. All the little children getting asthma because they're living in an area where someone decides better put a highway through there than to let those trees stay and let those kids have a playground. So we are here.
Which are all Democratic policies. Family, listen to the contradiction. She says where black people are being removed. We know that the Democratic Party has been removing black people for migrants. Why? Because we've seen the footage. So they're talking around something and they're ignoring something that we see with our own eyes. These people think we're dumb. These people think we're them Haitian migrants who are adopted slaves. They don't know that they're dealing with a whole different lineage in a whole different generation in a whole different era. Al Sharpton can thank her, but foundational black Americans ain't thanking the goddamn thing because we don't owe them nothing.
Here to say no more. No more. History is changing.
New York joins California and Illinois at the forefront.
They said he met her at the House of Justice. That's what he calls his little thing, right? House of Justice, right? That's what he says. Okay. Well, Black Alpha Network, you know what I'm saying? I went ahead and I made a contact to the House of Justice. All right. And I wanted to see if the House of Justice is really about what they say they about. And I wanted to see if the House of Justice is really going to stand on business. Knew that they weren't going to stand on business. Let me tell you what I didn't know. I know that I was going to frame, highlight, and expose them to the world. I know that they was going to tap dance, they was going to moonwalk, and they was going to run. I knew that they would rather vote for the Democrats than ever serve foundational black Americans. But what I knew above all of that is I was going to frame it and I was going to bring it to the Black Alpha Network right here, right now. So let me show y'all when Black Alpha Network made a little contact to the National Action Network, clearly told them the situation, clearly told them what was going on. Then I come to find out, y'all, that they knew what happened in Columbia, South Carolina. Then I found out that they actually were aware of it. I received a call when I was leaving the Camala Harris event, when I was reporting Black Grassroots. I was reporting a Black Grassroots story about the Camala Harris situation when she went to Orangeburg, South Carolina. And on my way out, I had a voicemail. And it was from the National Action Network. And they knew what happened to us there. And I want y'all to see that when I started speaking to them, they start playing stupid. They thought that when we reached out, we was going to blame Republicans. And the denominator, what you're going to see, is that when they believed that we had a claim against Republicans, then they were all for it. See, they believed, family, that what happened to us on King Day was because of MAGA or because of Trump. Soon as they find out that it was really the NAACP, they coon friends, then all of a sudden they start hitting up where we don't know yet and where we'll see then. So we clearly see a shift that they was going to serve the Democratic Party. And when they thought they had something on the Republicans, they was all for it. When they found out that it wasn't, then they was running. But FBA was going to run them off the block anyway, and that's what we did. I want y'all to listen to this right here. Black Alpha Network exclusive. This is the message that I received, and this is the conversation in which we were. You absolutely right, my brother. This is a new era, and we are in the building, in the place. Ballers gonna ball, and them haters gonna hate. Y'all listen to this, and then we're gonna talk about it, and I want you to tell me what you think. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate.
Giving you a call from the National Action Network. You left us a message in regards to a crisis you were experiencing, and I'd like to help you with that today. You can reach me at 3070. Thanks. National Action Network, how may I help you? And this is your first time calling?
So no, I'm returning a phone call.
Cool. So when you called originally, did you leave a voicemail or did you get through?
No, I left a voicemail. Yes.
Okay. What city and state is this taking place?
It occurred in South Carolina on January 15th at King Day.
All right, so what city in South Carolina?
Columbia.
Okay. All right, explain to me a little bit about what happened.
All right, on January 15th at King Day in Columbia, South Carolina, there was a lot of people who went to attend the King Day event that was held by the local NAACP branch. As soon as they arrived.
Yeah, hold on, I do believe we spoke about this. They were.
See, wait a minute. Now, hey, y'all caught that. Y'all caught it. He was acting like he didn't know. Y'all heard that? He's like, where did this happen now? Who are you? I was returning his call. I was going back to him. He had hit me up and was like, hey, man, I heard about what happened to you, man. Let's talk about it now. And then I started saying, oh, yeah, well, what happened is that we were involved in a situation with the NAACP. Then he cuts me off. He goes, whoa. I did talk to you, didn't I? I did. Oh, yeah. Y'all was removed. You knew goddamn well I was, and you knew goddamn well what I was talking about. And what you did, you started running cover as soon as we mentioned it, family. Check this out right here. You're going to hear them expose themselves further. What we say, you let somebody talk long enough, they're going to expose themselves. The only difference is when they expose themselves, we're going to expose them to a whole nother level. Check it out, family.
Day event that was held by the local NAACP branch. As soon as they arrived.
Yeah, hold on. I do believe we spoke about this. They removed you from the event, correct?
Yes, removed from we were told that we were being disinvited from a public event, which they claimed was private, but later we confirmed that it was a public event on state grounds. Yes.
All right, 1 second. Let me see if I can find. I do believe we spoke before. I don't think it was this number.
No, I called you from this number. I left a voicemail, then I was returned to a voicemail from you over the weekend.
No, I called you from the same one, homie.
Yeah, but we haven't spoken detail about it. No, only conversations I've had with you is right now. Everything else is on the voicemail.
Yeah. Okay. So perhaps it was somebody else with you that called us. All right. He attended.
Listen, he babbling. Listen to that. This ain't me making it up. Listen to him. Well, maybe first he tries to say, oh, well, maybe somebody else called. No. Then he said, well, maybe it's a different number. No. Then he says, well, maybe you spoke to somebody else. No, if I spoke to somebody else, how come you are the one on the voice message saying, give me a call back? Yeah, listen to him literally go for about 30 seconds where he's just trying to figure out something. And he's babbling.
Perhaps it was somebody else with you that called us. All right. He attended a King Day event by the NAACP. Did they give you a reason why you were disinvited?
No, we actually asked for a reason and explanation clearly, and we have footage of this, and they just said, no, please leave.
Freeze. He got cold. He thought he had me. He thought I was going to say something like, oh, no, I didn't ask. And then he was like, well, sorry, nothing to say here. No, I'm thorough. I'm certified. This certified all the time right here. Black Alpha Network, stay 115%. I told him clearly, no, I asked for an explanation. That's why when I filmed the footage, I knew. That's what I do. I said traps. Cornel West, come on here. I'm going to go ahead and let him speak, and I'm going to go ahead and let him break his own campaign. That's what I did. And then I'm going to go on top of that and double expose it. It's the same exact thing. When I was recording what happened in Columbia, South Carolina, notice, family, I had the camera directly on the person who told us. I got the camera directly on his NAACP patch he had on his shirt. And then I asked him, can you give me an explanation? I went on there saying, bro, hey, bro, man, what's up with that, bro, now, man? Damn that stuff, bro. I wasn't ratchet. I was very professional, very smooth. There's a whole lot of victory in being professional, being cool, calm, and collected. So that's why I had everything lined up. Because in this game, in the system of supremacy and the battle against supremacy, you have to be precise. And if you are not precise, they can take advantage of you. So they better find somebody else, because this lineage, we are too thorough. Notice when I say, no, they didn't give us an explanation, and I asked for one. No, you're not going to trip me up, homeboy. And then he literally freezes again.
Did they give you a reason why you were disinvited?
No, we actually asked for a reason, an explanation clearly, and we have footage of this, and they just said, no, please leave.
Freeze. He stuck. I got him.
No explanation whatsoever.
I had to repeat myself. He still ain't saying nothing.
And you're seeking a civil rights attorney?
Say it again.
And you're seeking an attorney?
But I know that this organization is someone that could assist us with the case. So I was really just putting out fillers on the type of assistance in which we could receive from the National Action Network.
Notice that, family. He said, you seeking an attorney? I didn't give him a straight answer. I said, no, I know that y'all say that y'all do things for the community. So I'm throwing out a filler to see what you gonna do. I gave you the situation. I gave you the case. I presented to you all the facts. I told you that the footage exists. It's all over the internet. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Now tell me. Everything was lined all the way up, and he couldn't give me a straight answer. That's how you do it. We got them shook, y'all. We got them shook.
I was really just putting out fillers on the type of assistance in which we could receive from the National Action Network.
So primarily what we would do is we would do resource referral. We would refer someone to the resources to help them navigate through their crises. And primarily that would consist of referring people to attorneys. We also, in some cases, would advocate for people.
That's what I'm really looking for, like advocation at the bare minimum, an advocation, because
right there, he said, well, we'll advocate. And that's what I want to see, because they'll hit you with the, well, we can't really take it about the case. But you ain't got to take the case. You advocate for migrants all the time. You advocate for all lives matter all the time. So he said something and I caught him. He didn't think I was, but I got him. I said, oh, cool. We're not necessarily looking for a lawyer. What about advocation? He presented that. He said, well, sometimes we'll advocate. I said, okay, how about some advocation? Give us some advocacy. That's what we want. How about that? Will you advocate for us? And watch his answer, family. Once again, froze him. He didn't think we had it. We got it all.
People to attorneys. We also, in some cases, would advocate for people.
That's what I'm really looking for, like advocation at the bare minimum, an advocation, because what occurred was a grand injustice, and the spotlight that the brothers and sisters who were unjustly treated is not as big as the NAACP. So we would definitely prefer to have an advocation so this can be brought to light, because that was a foul situation of discrimination that occurred with no explanation. And that's why we're assisting different organizations like yourself to bring some light to it through advocacy.
Okay. All right. So we don't network with any news networks or media outlets. However, I have listed that you are seeking advocacy and that you attended a King Day event hosted by the NAACP. You were asked to leave without not giving a reason. I'm going to forward these notes over to our crisis liaison team. That team's going to do some research and see if they have any resources available that can help you navigate toward a resolution. Granted, these resources can be found. Someone from the crisis liaison team will be reaching back out to you at this 321 number within 3 to 5 business days, and they'll give you everything that we have at our disposal.
I appreciate that. Can I ask you a quick question with your expertise of working for that? Do you believe that there is grounds for maybe?
Watch me sitting there. Now I'm sitting there and I got him against the ropes, family, and I'm interrogating him. So what he's trying to do now, he's trying to pass me off. It all started when I said the NAACP did it. When I said the NAACP did it, that's when everything shifted. He had a whole lot of energy that was very upbeat when he thought it was MAGA or he thought it was the Republicans. He thought he could advocate for that. When I said, no, it's your COON buddies. It's your Sambo friends. It's your sellout partners. Then all of a sudden he's like, he done froze 5 times already. But notice he starts trying to pass me off to a crisis center. And then I said, whoa, before I go, with your expertise, let me know if we got a case or not. And then watch.
Research and see if they have any resources available that can help you navigate toward a resolution. Granted, these resources can be found. Someone from the crisis liaison team will be reaching back out to you at this 321 number within 3 to 5 business days, and they'll give you everything that we have at our disposal.
I appreciate that. Can I ask you a quick question with your expertise of working for that? Do you believe that there is grounds for maybe a case or grounds for any type of getting that advocacy?
So I'm unsure about that. I can't really answer that question legally as I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if you has grounds for a case or not. As far as advocacy, I'm also unsure about that, as I'm unsure where we will be advocating for you at, being that this is not a court matter as of yet. But I have taken the notes and I'll forward them over to the team, and they will do some research and see what we have available.
And you said 3 to 5 business days?
Yes.
All right. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
All right.
Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. And family, he said 3 to 5. Y'all heard that. 3 to 5 days. Let's just say 2 weeks. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Basically, they said FBA is too damn strong. FBA is too damn thorough. These people cannot be shook. They cannot be hustled. They cannot be scammed. They cannot be penetrated. So guess what? We just going to hope it goes away. They're going to cross their little goddamn fingers and they're going to wish it go away. But they don't know. It's just getting started. Checkmate. That's one. That's only one, family. That is only one. We on them. We on them. We on them. We on them. So yes, that was direct connection with the House of Injustice or whatever they call it. The same people, now Sharpton, that's out there thanking the lady in New York, the governor or whatever the hell she is, the same one that was thanking her about reparations. He just thanked her. He said, we thank you for studying reparations. Oh my God, now. The same Al Sharpton that had a sign that said good trouble was thanking Karen, and the same Al Sharpton that didn't say a word about Sandra Bland or about what happened to us. That's his organization. And it's exactly what we showed on that screen. Fraud. And the problem with people being frauds nowadays is that when you do some fraudulent off-code stuff, FBA is going to upload on you quicker than you can imagine, and the whole damn world going to know it. And now the whole damn world knows that the National Action Network, or shall I say the No Action Network, is a fake civil rights organization, and all fake civil rights organizations have officially been canceled. Checkmate. But we ain't done. We don't hide. We don't run. I got more, family. I got more. Let's break it down. We breaking them down one by one, right? We on them, right? We doing what we do, right? FBA never loses, right? Well, since Foundational Black Americans never lose, we're going to continue. We're going to proceed to break down all of these people who've been out here trying to fool us. You will never, ever, ever disrespect our ancestors. You will never, ever, ever disrespect what we go through. And you damn sure ain't going to try to play us, hustle us, con us. That just ain't happening. I don't care who you are. You're going to get some real smoke. That's what we do around here. So as we get to number one, let's go to number two. All right? Because number two going to go. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know that call ain't going to come back. You feel me? But I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to keep making that work go. Y'all remember this right here? Let's show something real quick, family. This is what they've been doing, y'all. This is what they've been doing. Y'all remember this right here? I am not signing up so y'all can miss me with that. Hold up. Let me run that back. Y'all remember when you start talking about the time that they got, all right? Because they seem to have a whole lot of time for a whole lot of people, right? Okay. Well, since that's the case, let's show y'all what Al Sharpton and all of their little COONs got time for. And I'm going to tell you what it ain't. They ain't got time for Foundational Black Americans. They out there too busy trying to get us to all be a part of the Biden administration. All right. Well, here we go. This right here shows you that these are all Democratic shills. And they got this thing, family, where they advocate clearly for Democrats, but yet they pretend that they don't. But we all see it and we all watch it. We all witness it. Check this out right here. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump publicly urged Joe Biden to tab Ketanji Brown Jackson, or if you listen to Joe Biden earlier, Ketanji Drown Jackson, for Supreme Court Wednesday as the president closes in on the decision. Yep. Democrat. Civil rights attorney, civil rights, and we use that very loose. Benjamin Crump urges Biden to elect old girl. That right there, family. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump publicly urged Joe Biden to tab Ketanji Brown Jackson for the Supreme Court on Wednesday as the president closes in on a decision in his first nomination to the high court. In my view, that of a civil rights lawyer and an advocate who is committed to bringing justice, respect, and fairness to this nation, and particularly to my community. See, they throwing black around again, but they only throw around black when they can get black people to vote for the Democrats, okay? He says that Joe Biden needs to take Ketanji Brown Jackson and make her the selection. This is him openly caping for the Democratic Party. This is him literally getting involved in politics. Mind you, all of these people, these civil rights lawyers, the NAACP, they all have a charter of their own that says that they are not allowed to be partisan. But yet, they're doing something very, very partisan, and it's always for the Democratic Party. That's what he said right there. He was a complete supporter of Ketanji Brown Jackson and Camala Harris. But let's talk about that. See, the reason why, family, they don't really want to rock with what we were saying is because we see that Benjamin Crump has received awards from the NAACP. This is what I knew going into the situation. I knew that Benjamin Crump, the NAACP, Al Sharpton, they all run in the same sellout circles. They would never go against the other sellouts, they other boule. It's that same outdated. Look at this. Y'all remember when the NAACP gave Benjamin Crump an award? Look at this man right here act like he Malcolm X, because they know how to be all Malcolm in front of that camera, and then they turn into Sambo soon as the cameras ain't rolling. Watch this. Look at him right here, family.
Derek Johnson, President, Chairman Leon Russell, and thank you to God and my beautiful family who are the greatest source of my inspiration.
This man got an award for what? They are literally, this is what they do, y'all. They praise themselves. They uplift themselves. They don't earn nothing. They live in this world where they do whatever they want. These people are literally getting awards. Why in the system of supremacy are you getting an award? The great Dr. Frances Cress Welsing told us. She said, there's a time to sing, there's a time to dance, but it ain't in a race war. These people are taking it further than that. They're giving themselves awards in a race war. They literally give this man an award. You got brothers, you got Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Kaba, you got all types of black philanthropists and activists out here doing real work, real reparationists. And this man is getting an award for what? Settlement checks? For chasing ambulance? This man is literally a slip and fall lawyer. On his website, he says he is. And he's getting an award for that. Watch how he starts talking about black, black, black. And then out of nowhere, he starts talking about people of color, people of color, people of color. This is the same NAACP that violated our rights, and they're giving him an award for being a slip and fall lawyer.
And my extended family, all of those who have fought with me throughout the years to make liberty and justice for all a reality. I accept this award as greater motivation to continue to be an unapologetic defender of Black life, Black liberty, and Black humanity. I promise I will use this social justice award as greater incentive to fight against the legalized genocide of colored people and vow never to stop.
Notice just a minute ago he said black. Now it's colored people. Y'all see right there, y'all. He did the flip-flop. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. All of a sudden, he starts flip-flopping. They know when to say black when it's time, and then they know when to say people of color.
Fighting racism and discrimination when it rears its ugly head. As my sister Tesman Figueroa always says, we have to push the line for our people every chance we get, no matter what we do in life. We all have a role to play. And so I will continue to fight in the court of law, in the court of public opinion. And now that they are trying to ban our most celebrated Black authors and AP African American Studies, we must advocate for our children and our culture in the classrooms and demand that they acknowledge that the teaching of Black history matters. Harriet Tubman matters. Frederick Douglass matters. Ida B. Well matters. Thurgood Marshall matters. Dr. King matters.
Stop. Please, 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 no. Hell to the no. That's what we're talking about right there, family. You see how he went full civil rights? He was man who matters, and him matters, and this matters. Family, tell me what he's ever done when it comes to reparations. Tell me what he's ever done when it comes to reparations or foundational Black American hate. I've done more. Black Alpha Network, I've done more for an anti-foundational Black American hate crime law than he ever has. I was a Black activist, the only Black activist on the scene of a murder, okay, where foundational Black Americans were harmed. I was literally there on camera, and I was pointing at the camera, telling the whole Democrat and Republican Party that we need a foundational Black American hate crime law. He ain't never did that. He has never done that. I've done more for foundational Black Americans in terms of getting an anti-foundational Black American hate crime law passed for us than Ben Crump ever does. And the NAACP running out here giving this man awards. Hell to the no, family. Hell to the no. Never did it. Let me show y'all this right here. This is what we're talking about. Look at it. They'll hit you with that pivot real quick. Look at that right there. Look at that right there, family. Look at that right there. Look who he's telling everybody. Come on now. Come on now. Come dance with us now. Look at that Skittles bag discrimination. That's right there. He's telling everybody, come on down. That's who he supports. They know when to say Black. They know when to say brothers and sisters. They know when to say all of that. And then when you blink, they will flip so fast, family, and they will turn it real quickly back into all lives matter or all starbursts matter. That's what they love to do. That's exactly what they love to do. And you see it right there, clear as day, family. He flip-flopped real quick. And now all of a sudden, he's talking about that community right there. He didn't say nothing about them when he was on stage trying to get Black folks' emotions and those, so we would go vote for the Democrats. Nah, left all of that out then. But as soon as he had the opportunity to flip-flop and then start talking about those other communities, the people of color's communities, oh, he went back over there real fast, quick, fast, in a hurry. Yep. And then check this out, family. We ain't done. Check this out. You got people out there who really been falling for it, and these are them old outdated. You know the mammies had to come out. Look at the mammies. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Mammy mad at y'all. Mammy mad. Mammy said, you going to leave that man's alone. All he going to do is he going to help you if you slips and falls. He going to go get you a settlement check, and he going to get you to vote Democrat. Look at this.
Can we please, you a hater and you don't know it, but can we please stop hating on this man? Why?
She said we haters, y'all.
Why are we hating on him? Those that's hating on him, in my opinion, you don't know what his job is. He's not the one that go to trial. He is a civil rights lawyer. Okay. In other words, he fights for the right. He fights for the money. That's the money man right here. So far as I know, he's been getting everyone their money. He's been winning. So why are you coming on here saying that he is one of those people waiting, like, I ain't gonna say that part, but waiting to get the next case? Is something wrong with that as a lawyer? It is not his fault when a situation comes about where a family have to call him. No, you should be upset that there's a situation that's coming about that the family have to call him. When you don't know you hating, I'm letting you know you hated. Why are we tearing him down? Please come on here and tell me what he have done wrong. If you can't pinpoint what he has done wrong as a lawyer, that means you're hating on him for no reason. Yes, he's the one that we always see. So what? He's doing a good job. Until he starts fumbling the ball, as they say, come on, let's support the man. He's supporting the family. Now, yes, the family could call other people. That's the family decision. If they choose to call him, especially because he will get the word out there, especially because he will get the attention, like who else would you call? For real, who else would you call if you had a situation, God forbid, that you need to call him? Who else? People, know when you're hating on him. Let's not take his flower away. He's been bringing a lot of attention to these cases, and the family has been winning. So I'm going to bring it down.
No. Let's tell some real about it, okay? Let's clear Mammy up real good, okay? First off, he's not bringing attention to the cases. He only takes the cases when money's there. See, the problem is this. If you a settlement lawyer or you're an ambulance chaser, just say it. The problem is that he runs around and he tries to act like he's Johnny Cochran. He tries to act like he's putting a dent in the system of supremacy. He is not there to fight against supremacy. He is there to collect money when supremacy harms one of us. That is his job. If that's going to be your job, tell everybody that's what your job is. Don't run around here and masquerade like you a civil rights lawyer, because now you're being fraudulent. That's why we call these folks civil rights frauds and fakes, all right? The problem is he tries to act like he's Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran literally was going to fight for reparations. He said it. And let me ask y'all in the chat real quick, because Black Alpha, I'll freeze the whole show just to make a point. Was it funny style how Johnny Cochran passed away? Do all y'all got the side eye with that one? Ain't it kind of funny that Johnny Cochran not only was going to get together all the Black lawyers and they were going to sue for reparations, Johnny Cochran also got Geronimo Pratt, Tupac Shakur's godfather, out of prison. Was it kind of odd, strange, and funny style that right after that reparations, Johnny Cochran mysteriously passed away? Can I ask that to y'all? Was that kind of strange to y'all? That's just what I want to know from the family, because I gotta ask the family, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it seems like to me. All right, I see it. Yup, absolutely, yup. Yes, it was. Yes, facts, 100, all the way across the board, y'all. All the way across the board. This is what reparations does. This is what reparations does. The fight to keep reparations away from foundational Black Americans is a very powerful fight, and they will do anything to try to stop us from getting our reparations, because foundational Black Americans with money changes the whole world. It changes the whole game. So they understand that. So Johnny Cochran certified the most salute to Johnny Cochran. He was going to get reparations on the board, and we're talking about 30 years ago. Look where we are now with the reparations movement. Imagine where we would be if Johnny Cochran was still here. You cannot cosplay foundational Black American excellence. You cannot cosplay foundational Black American greatness. And Benjamin Crump has been running around here cosplaying a Johnny Cochran or real civil rights lawyer. He is not a civil rights lawyer, okay? He is an ambulance chaser off top. That's what he is. And if that's what you're going to be, fine. If somebody twists their ankle, that's okay. Go get him a check. I understand that. I feel you. All right. If somebody slips and falls over the grease at McDonald's, that's cool. Get them a check. That's cool. Even if it's a police brutality case, cool. Do you? But don't act like you're some type of freedom fighter going against the system of supremacy when all 700 plus of us right here in this room right now have done more to fight supremacy. You're a go along to get along. You don't want supremacy to go away, because if supremacy goes away, your job goes away. If supremacy goes away, you don't get them settlement checks. And mind you, on top of all of that, y'all remember Ahmaud Arbery right down the street in Brunswick, Georgia? Y'all remember Ahmaud Arbery's daddy? All lives matter. I don't want to see nobody harmed. What nobody's telling you is that the families, they have a certain set of conduct that they have to do, or they don't get no check. They're getting coached by him. How much Black empowerment is that? How is that going against the system of supremacy? You ain't fighting the system of supremacy when you coach up the families to go along and get along, to be nice. That is absolutely the contradiction of Black empowerment. Black empowerment ain't be nice, don't say nothing, don't rock the boat, or you gonna mess up your check. That ain't Black empowerment. That's Black cowardness. And that's what he's doing. And if that's what you're doing, fine, just say it. The problem with these people is that they've been running around masquerading as some type of icon. We refuse in this generation to allow somebody like Benjamin Crump or Al Sharpton to pretend that they're doing the work of Johnny Cochran. We ain't going for it. This is why foundational Black Americans, let's be real, when it first started off in this era, what we said we're going to ride for these families. something would happen to a brother or sister, and we would jump right in on it, support them. And then we started finding out these families be like, y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to stop it. We don't want my brother or sister having to deal with what y'all doing. The family started coming out, not getting mad at the system of supremacy. The family came out and was getting mad at us. So now, brothers and sisters, we sit there and say, much love and support to the black person who was harmed, but we gonna wait until the family come out before we get behind them. Why did we have to do that? Because people like Benjamin Crump was coming and telling the family, if you don't calm down those black protesters, if you don't calm down that black rally, you ain't gonna get the money. So is that black empowerment or is that cowardice? Exactly. And that's what we've been exposing, family. And we're not going for that no more. Not to mention, first off, you ain't Johnny Cochran at all. You are an ambulance chaser and you want to get some settlement checks. And we refuse to ever see you as a civil rights leader or civil rights lawyer. You ain't done nothing for reparations. You ain't done nothing for tangibles. You ain't done nothing for benefits or resources that belong to us. You ain't done nothing for a hate crime bill. In reality, though, let me show you what they have been doing. Y'all remember this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nobody talked about that. That went away real quick. Real quick. Uh-huh. Yeah. This right here went away real fast. Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton, about a year ago, family, what they were doing was they started picking up cases of W's. And when they picked up cases with W's, they didn't just leave it like that. No, no, no. They took it a step further and they started saying, well, we need to work with all people. They started to try to all lives matter, all of this black empowerment, civil rights stuff that they was on. Yes, they did, y'all. Yes, they did. Look at this right here. Does anybody remember the story? Uh-huh. Why Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump are taking up the case of a white teen. This was under the radar. People didn't talk about it. No. Attorneys Crump and Devin Jacobs, along with Sharpton and representatives from the NAACP, there they go again, were invited to attend the W. Childs Memorial on Tuesday. Yes, indeed. Now watch the All Lives Matter talk. It starts off with blackity, blackity, black. Let me go ahead and get me a couple Democrat shield pats on the back. Let me get some NAACP awards. And then it turns into what, y'all? It turns into All Lives Matter because that's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. Look at this. This is going to be looked at differently because he wasn't a teenager who was a child of color. Because we've always said that our W brothers and sisters couldn't fathom their child being harmed either. That people are supposed to protect them. But that's the reality of children of color. There we go again, y'all. This issue of policing, now check what Sharpton said. This issue of policing is not about black and white. It's about right or wrong. There you go right there, family. There you go right there. They were silently, quietly trying to all lives matter this. This story didn't get a whole lot of shine. People didn't really talk about it that much. But quietly, they were trying to go and get them that. And then they hit you with all the talking points. It ain't about that. It's about all of us as Americans. We all one big family. Why can't we just all get along? That's what that turned into, y'all. That's exactly what it turned into. And trust me, if it started off there, you know where it was going to next, family? Right after that, it was going to go into, well, black folks, we don't really have that much of a problem. What it really is we need to quit doing so much crime. We done seen it before. We know where it starts. We know where it begins. Then we know where it ends. We know where it finishes. And that's exactly where they were headed. We knew this all the way across the board. And what we did is that we called that out and expose it. I ain't done. I got another one. Check this out. So there you go with them trying to get in with Granny. They was trying to hang out with Granny. And let's not forget this at all either, family. Y'all remember this as well? Nobody wants to talk about this. We're going to talk about this right here on the Black Alpha Network. Certified all the damn time, y'all. Certified all the time. They don't get these damn ads off my stuff. Here we go. Ben Crump endorses Camala Harris in the VP for Biden Veep stakes. He said, this is a time for steadily eyed public servants who play no games and demand results. Benjamin Crump, he openly supported Camala Harris. Benjamin Crump openly supported Ketanji Brown Jackson because in reality, Benjamin Crump is just a Democrat. This is what we talk about. What do you always see with these people? You see the Democratic Party behind the NAACP. You see the NAACP, NARC, and NCOBRA all giving money to the Democratic Party. You see Al Sharpton is a recipient of money from the Democratic Party. And you also see Ben Crump has been a Democratic shield since day one. But guess what, family? I'm glad, because I got to tell y'all this. So I got a little contact, with Ben Crump too. Oh, it ain't just with Al Sharpton. Oh, no. Tap in. Tap all the way in. So I had a little contact with Benjamin Crump, and I had to make, a couple, contacts, and I had to make a couple things clear, and we had to state some things. And I come to find out, family, that Ben Crump pretty much knew what happened to us in Columbia, South Carolina, January 15th. They may say they don't. They may deny it. Cool. But listen, we don't wait for people to admit it, acknowledge, or accept it. We just put it all on the line. So, Black Alpha Network being certified all the time, FBA all day, family tree. I had to go ahead and make a little contact, and I want y'all to hear my little exchange with the Benjamin Crump side of things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we on it. We on it, family. We on it all the way live. Yes, we are. We don't run. We don't hide. We stand on 10. We multiply. So what we come to find out when we speak about setting traps, when we talk about us standing on 10, standing on lineage, I want y'all to hear this right here. I want y'all to hear this right here, family. This is foundational Black American excellence right here in the building, in the place, as I clear up everything so y'all can hear this nice and good. Check this out right here, family. I had to go ahead and do the same exact thing that we had to do when it came down to the non-action network. I did the same exact thing when it came to Benjamin Crump. Check this out, y'all. Once again, when NAACP was brought up, all of a sudden there was a turn. When we brought up that they're the ones hating, when they were the ones discriminating, everybody hit that damn turn. But we ain't done. We're going to let everybody see right now that these fake civil rights leaders are being exposed, because we are going to be the ones who let the world know you will not hustle us because we can't be hustled. We're that excellent. Listen to my conversation right here, family. I want y'all to hear this right here, right here. This is the same exact thing with Al Sharpton. Y'all know Black Alpha got receipts, and I will not rest until we do all the regulating. Check this out again. When they thought they was getting MAGA, when they thought they were getting the Trumps and the Republicans, they had energy. When they find out we was talking about they sellout boule buddies, then all of a sudden they hit a U-turn. But I want you to notice, this person tells me that you have what it sounds like a civil rights case, but we ain't gonna help you.
To me, January 15th, Columbia, South Carolina.
Hey, can you explain a bit more what happened?
Okay. Recently I attended a public MLK event held by the local NAACP branch at the State House in Columbia, South Carolina. I was asked to leave without explanation, along with several other people who I was grouped with, and then other people that I was around that I wasn't grouped with. As we silently watched the speakers on stage, despite the fact that this was a public event and public property, we were informed that we had been disinvited. And a number of the individuals, we had faced taunts for having certain T-shirts on. One, I was not bearing T-shirts at all. I was just really disinvited for standing next to several people. Some people had Martin Luther King quotes on at an MLK Day event. Even though there wasn't a dress code issue for the said event, we were being unfairly singled out, categorized, subjugated, discriminated upon. A whole lot of things were occurring, and we had all got told basically that we were disinvited. And we feel that a lot of brothers and sisters who were there feel that they were discriminated on based on just being there, and no explanation was given. This was at the Martin Luther King Day event on the state grounds of South Carolina on January 15th. And I wanted to get a consultation on the case because we were looking forward to perhaps bringing a discrimination lawsuit.
So our law firm wouldn't be able to assist, but you can call the State Bar Association.
Stop. Why not? Listen to that one more time. Not be able to assist. Listen, civil rights. How much more of a civil rights violation do you get than being disinvited on a public ground at a public event for doing nothing?
Day event on the state grounds of South Carolina on January 15th. And I wanted to get a consultation on the case because we were looking forward to perhaps bringing a discrimination lawsuit.
So Our law firm wouldn't be able to assist, but you can call the State Bar Association and they can put you in touch with an attorney that'll be able to specialize more in this issue.
Okay, now you wouldn't be able to assist based upon it being a public event or private event?
Freeze. Now I tell her, I said, okay, you wouldn't be able to assist. Why not? Because it was a public event. Come on now, tell me why. Notice when you start talking about the NAACP, they boule buddies, they flip. And watch what they say.
Why wouldn't you be able to assist? Because I looked at the website, and the website said it handles like discrimination cases.
Yes, we do, but it's very specific types of discrimination cases that we handle at our firm.
No, I got them, family. Oh, no. We working. Hold up, wait 1 minute. Notice that. That's what it is. She said, we won't be able to assist. I say, why not? Clear, we certified over here. I say, well, why not? Because you're supposed to be a civil rights lawyer. She says, we handle certain civil rights cases. So if you handle certain civil rights cases, then you ain't a civil rights lawyer. I thought a civil rights lawyer handled all civil rights cases, meaning if somebody's civil rights were violated, you hold them down. We just got told, and the exposure is in. Let it be known, clear to the world. The Benjamin Crump and all of those fake civil rights people, they only handle certain cases. They do not handle all civil rights cases. And if that's what it is, then the NAACP awards, all of the accolades, all of the you acting like Johnny Cochran's is over with because you only handle certain cases. Translation, family, for we only handle certain cases. Translation is that we pick and choose. All right. And in the system of supremacy and black empowerment, like they claim to be, you don't pick and choose when you ride for your people. So what we see is they are not our people. These folks are operating differently. So immediately they said, we do not assist. Basically, you're going against the NAACP and we can't help you. Now, if you was going against the Republicans, or if we could dump all this on MAGA, we'd be there in 2 seconds. But we can't because one boule gonna look out for the other boule. And FBA regulates all their asses as we proceed, family.
So we would handle employment discrimination, banking discrimination cases, police brutality cases. So those are really the only type of discrimination cases that we handle.
Everything where there's money involved. Notice that right there, family. Everything she said is something where you can get some money. Nothing there was said at all about just getting justice. This is why we say these people are ambulance chasers. This is why we say that they are not about helping foundational Black Americans. And this is why we say they damn sure don't give a damn about what's going on with us in terms of justice. So quit acting like you are some type of civil rights icon, because civil rights icons actually go against supremacy. You only do things when you can get the money. If that's what you are, just say it. Until further notice, foundational Black Americans have optified you.
So while we are a civil rights firm, it doesn't necessarily mean we handle every civil rights issue. For example, I'm not an attorney, but to me this sounds like a freedom of speech issue, but we...
Freeze. Though we are a civil rights organization, we don't handle all civil rights issues. So therefore, you ain't a civil rights person.
Don't handle freedom of speech cases at our firm. For example, we don't handle Second Amendment right cases at our firm. But the State Bar Association can put you in touch with a civil rights attorney who would more so specialize in the type of civil rights attorney that you need.
Okay, thank you for that. I just have one more question. You said
Notice how they're trying to pass me off to the bar the same way the other guy was trying to pass me off to the crisis center. Both of these cases are clear. Family, we seen the footage. The footage is absolutely clear what happened. So how come you got a situation that is so clear in the footage in which we were all seeing? How come everything is so clear on what happened to us, but all the answers are so sketchy? It's pretty clear. We all know what happened. The footage actually exists. And on one hand, we got passed to your local bar. I go to my local bar lawyer organization if I got a local issue, all right? If I got something basic that happened to me. They're passing me off to the next guy. Translation, go to hell. And then the other guy tried to pass us off in 3 to 5 days, ain't ever got called back. Translation, go to hell. So what they're really trying to tell us, family, is we ain't got nothing. We know when somebody's saying we are tied up and we don't want to help. We know when someone is saying the tail is tucked between our legs and we are not certified, we counterfeit. We can see through all that, and that's exactly what we're being told right then and there. And notice, fam, she said, we are civil rights people, but we don't do all civil rights cases.
In terms of covering civil rights cases, there's just particular civil rights cases that the firm handles. So one in terms of someone being disinvited based on being singled out, that wouldn't fit under discrimination?
No, sir, I'm not saying that's not a discrimination case. I'm just saying we don't handle that type of discrimination case. We don't handle that type of discrimination case. We don't handle that type of discrimination case.
Got him. I said people being disinvited and discriminated on, and you don't help them, doesn't that mean that that's a discrimination case? And she openly said, I'm not saying it's not a discrimination case. I'm just saying we can't help you. Checkmate. Fraud, fraud, fraud. And in the meantime, in between time, y'all know Black Alpha, I stay on my certified time. That was them. And by the way, let me ask y'all this question. Don't a lot of them, exactly. See, I was just about to ask, Miriam, certified salute to you, sister. Certified salute. All of them sound like W's. The guy who was with, that sound like a W. It sound like they whole goddamn staff is a bunch of W's. You got a bunch of W's trying to do Black civil rights, telling Black people who were discriminated on that they can't help them. Clearly, that was some straight up PCW talk. That person is exactly what we mean. So we're talking about civil rights people who don't do civil rights cases, discrimination people who don't handle discrimination, slip and fall lawyers who are trying to act like they're Johnny Cochran, a whole staff of people who are pretending that they're Black, but really they W as hell, and a whole sellout fake civil rights organization that are pretending that they certified, and now they all being exposed. Framed, highlighted, exposed to the world. Consider this, all of them being exposed. But family, guess what? Benjamin Crump actually contacted me. Yes, he did. I reached out and contacted Benjamin Crump. Oh, Black, listen. We got it all, family. We not playing. He actually contacted me. I reached out to Benjamin Crump, and Benjamin Crump hit me back. And Benjamin Crump actually said something. So right here on the Black Alpha Network, Black Alpha exclusive, we seen what went down in Columbia, South Carolina on January 15th on King Day. And I said that we taking this movement all the way to the top. I would never come back to y'all and say, oh, I talked to an assistant of an assistant of an assistant. Or I talked to somebody that's running for city council. No, we're going all the way to the presidency. And if this issue was about Ben Crump, then I'm going to tell you right now, I had a conversation, or I reached out to Ben Crump, and Ben Crump hit me back. And let me tell y'all what Ben Crump said. Matter of fact, not let me tell y'all, let me show y'all. Check this out. So Benjamin Crump actually hit Black Alpha Network up because Benjamin Crump, I believe, seen the footage. I believe Benjamin Crump knows what happened. I believe Benjamin Crump was well aware of what went down in Columbia, South Carolina, the same way brothers and sisters on the West Coast in the Urban League, I know for a fact, brothers and sisters in the Urban League in California know what happened to us. Brothers and sisters in NAACP branches throughout the country knows what happened. And I believe that Benjamin Crump as well knows what happened. So after that, I had some contact with Benjamin Crump, and this is what I was told, y'all. This is what I was told. This is Benjamin Crump talking to Black Alpha Network right there. Benjamin Crump right there, blue check. This is what you heard. Thank you for reaching out, and I'm so sorry for what you're going through. Unfortunately, my firm does not handle this type of case. Unfortunately, my firm does not handle this type of case. However, I encourage you to contact your local state bar association, which can put you in touch with a good local legal aid society and another source of appropriate legal help. You heard the W for his organization, and you know Black Alpha Network is going to actually show you Benjamin Crump. When I said that they declined and they rejected the case, I wasn't just going to bring some third, fourth, fifth party. Black Alpha, I was going to bring Ben Crump, and that's what Ben Crump directly told me. So, in other words, They have denied helping foundational Black Americans for what happened to us. And on top of all of that, we have exposed them as people who are not down with us. It ain't just one thing to say it, it's one thing to show it. And in the meantime, in between time, Benjamin Crump is out here helping Master P and Snoop Dogg with cereal. I ain't lying. Listen.
It was okay to sell all the products that Snoop endorsed. Those are all over the store, on the aisles everywhere. Those products are owned by majority corporations. But when you had a product that was Black owned, a Black business, they put it in the back of the storeroom. And so we want everybody in our community to join us in saying that during this Black History Month, we want the message to be loud and clear. We stand with Master P. We stand with Snoop Dogg. We stand with Brothers Foods, Walmart, Post. Until you do right, don't expect us to continue to support you if you're not going to support our Black businesses.
So basically, family, he said, we stand. Listen what he said. He said, we stand with cereal. Not our brothers and sisters in Columbia, South Carolina. No, he stands with this. That right there. That got more assistance than foundational Black Americans who were discriminated upon. Snoop Dogg cereal got more help, more assistance. The cereal got a civil rights case, but foundational Black Americans don't. The cereal got a discrimination case, but foundational Black Americans don't. Snoop Dogg and Master P have gotten more energy, have gotten more attention for their case with cereal than foundational Black Americans have for standing on foundational Black American business. So in other words, family, in other whole proletarian workers language, salute to Fred Hampton. Lucky Charms gets more help than FBA. Captain Crunch gets more help than FBA. Trix gets more help than FBA. They are literally giving cornflakes, okay, without the damn sugar, more assistance than FBA, but yet they want to come around and use FBA to get votes, use FBA to get money, use FBA's pain and suffering for 400, 500 years of suppression and oppression so you can line your pockets and pretend to be Johnny Cochran. But yet when it come down to foundational Black American brothers and sisters, about 50 of them in Columbia, South Carolina, January 15th and Martin Luther King Day, who got discriminated upon, we get nothing. I was one of them. But yet I see you turn around and tell us we can't help you. Go to your local organization. We about to go over here and we about to help out honeycombs. This shows you that these people are fraudulent. This shows you that the era of the fake civil rights leader is done. The era of the fake civil rights frauds are done, and no longer, whether that be an organization, whether that be an individual, or whether that be a thought process, will somebody ever use what we deal with to align their pockets, use what we deal with to get us to go vote for the Democrats, or use what we deal with to come up and elevate themselves. There's only going to be one lineage that is elevated above all, and that lineage is certified foundational Black American freedmen. And that family is a checkmate. Yes, indeed. So right here, I'm going to leave this episode and I'm going to show everybody what I put up this morning. And I want the fam to check this out all day, every which way. See the difference, y'all. That's the difference between a settlement lawyer, and that's the difference between a real civil rights attorney. All day, every day. And you right, family. We speaking truth to power. And yes, you right too, family. They out here giving Fruit Loops more protection. They out here giving Fruit Loops more legal advice. But foundational Black Americans, they out here trying to play us like we sweet, man. We ain't sweet. Your cereal might be, but our lineage ain't. We win all the time. But guess what? We don't need nobody. The only people that we got are each other, because that's who we've always had, and that's what we always gonna stand on. And last time I checked, family, from reparations to tangibles to just living, Foundational Black Americans are one and only, one of a kind, once in a lifetime. And we're going to continue to be that way. We once and forever. So everybody who's got a problem with Foundational Black Americans, they going to have to see us. But every time people see us, Foundational Black Americans always win and everybody else has to bow down. Family, it's been a great episode. I appreciate everybody who tapped in. We dropped receipt after receipt after receipt. Y'all know whenever I come with an episode and I say it's going to be explosive, I promise you on everything I love, I will come with the best episode that I possibly can. We're going to cash receipts, but guess what? We're going to do it all together as the FBA family tree, man. We are all we got. So we are going to continue to grind. We are going to continue to shine. We are going to continue to be the strongest lineage, heritage, and culture ever. That's what it is. We building, we working, we shining, we grinding, we undefeated, we undisputed, we're unmatched, we're untouchable, and we stronger than ever, y'all. I want all of y'all to be safe, man. Yes, certified salute to everybody, man. Sugar snacks. Sugar smacks. Yeah, you ain't lying, EJ. All the way. This man out here, I like that. That dude is the Sugar Smacks lawyer. All right, that's what he is. The Sugar Smacks. We done got some good ones, right? Right? Upload. All right. When we upload, their asses go down. All right. And then all of these folks, they the Sugar Smacks lawyers. All right. Sugar Smacks organizations. They the Boulay buddies. And we just Foundational Black Americans, man. Certified salute. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay strong, man. I will catch y'all all back. Y'all know how we do. We'll be right back here next week, giving everybody else that work, dropping more race receipts, because the one thing Foundational Black Americans got, we got time to regulate because we got money to make. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay strong. And always remember, in the words of Black Alpha Network, Black is beautiful, and Foundational Black American beauty is always Black. Peace and love, one love.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.